Baby, let me take you for a ride. It's crazy that we on the same vibe. I really wanna try to stay on the same side. So can you stay tonight just so we do it right? Yeah.
So today we have Fermin Lopez,
How y'all
the
doing?
owner and operator of Project 13 Performance.
Project 13.
Yeah,
Yep.
hell yeah.
Longtime friend to the podcast.
Long time friends, forever, literally.
Yeah, it's been
Sixth
almost
grade.
20 years.
Fifth
Yeah.
grade or sixth grade?
It was
I think it
Miss
was
Lee.
Yeah, I think that
I
was
think that was
six.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought he had better Hot Wheels than me. But he showed that up.
Oh my god, I remember just like every day shoving as many Hot Wheels as I could in my pocket.
He got in trouble, got taken away, but hey, brought us
good
here
times.
today.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me that your mom had a Civic Si with a body kit, and I refused to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That thing was sick.
I
So
know.
sick, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I miss that car.
Yeah.
It was a lot of good time.
So Project 13, you're in
Newark, Delaware.
Newark, Delaware now.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Newark, Delaware, you're doing everything, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
just
just leave
about.
nothing off the table.
Alignments. Don't do alignments. Don't
Okay.
got the machine and
Gotcha.
tires.
Okay.
But
cool.
everything else, for the most part, we take care of.
Okay.
Fabrication,
Cool.
maintenance,
Welding.
everything in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welding
cool.
a lot of rims lately, like
Yeah.
aluminum wheels
Cool.
for one of my buddies.
Yeah. So like intake pipes,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
exhaust manifold, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, do you go as far as like to like repair some? Because like I feel like I've heard a lot of people go like they don't want to like fix somebody's cracked manifold. Would you be down for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just TIG weld it up and
Yeah.
then I
Actually,
clean
you
it
know
up.
what? While we have you here, how long and how much to get an exhaust on the Buick?
Damn, on the pod.
On the
pod.
cab,
God
right?
damn, hold up, man. You gotta hit to
Hold on,
see.
we
You gotta
gotta-
go
we
have
gotta
to
give
bring
him
it by the
special
shop.
pricing,
Yeah, because I know you've been bugging me about it.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I got these guys, Gamins.
the
in
Amish.
Yeah. So like, dude, these guys like way up in like I think they're in Lebanon. Shout out to Gamins. I mean, I think it's like an Amish run place. Not like everybody there is Amish, but like it's like an Amish like run place out in the middle of nowhere. But dude, they're a shop. I think they get into some light mechanical stuff, but like pretty much are known for being an exhaust shop.
Really?
So yeah, so one of my friends went up there, got some exhaust work done, and was like blown away. They were like, it's nothing performance. You know what I mean? Like the welds were not like, oh, wow, look at these, like you know what I mean? It wasn't like anything like
Not
good.
stacking dimes.
Not stacking dimes, dog.
Yeah.
You know, but like they got it done. They put a catback on my Silverado, $75.
What?
Yeah, and I went from like I think it was inch and a half or like inch and a quarter or 3/4, whatever is on the truck, to 2 inch.
Yeah.
Like from the muffler, wherever the cat connected to the muffler, all the way back at 2 inch, and nothing stainless steel, just like shit pipe. But like, dude, $75, and I waited on it, and I was done in like 30 minutes. You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, and it like worked great. So for Adrian, I was like, dog. Like if you're like moping and groaning on getting this fucking thing done, like
Well,
just
you're
go
the one
get
moping
it.
and groaning about it.
Honestly,
I've
it's
been rocking
me.
this thing for like 5 years. Like
Adrian's
this.
so fine with it. He brings it over here like all the time, and I'm like, it's not like it sounds bad, but like I know it has exhaust leaks, and I'm like, bro, let them just put it all into one piece for you, bro.
Yeah, but I want to make it convert from single to duals.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't.
Custom. Yeah, you need to see
I don't
if
need
you
the
you
whole
need
thing to
Fermin
be
now.
stainless,
Yeah.
but like just the back tips that are visible.
Yeah.
If they could be stainless, something nice.
Yeah, you gonna need Fermin for that. Gaming's not gonna do that.
Nah, I can make anything happen.
Because
hell yeah.
like I would just need from the crossover pipe back, because right now it comes out of the manifolds, comes over to the passenger side, and then so I want to take that crossover pipe out and then just straight back.
Oh yeah.
And I
That's
guess
not hard.
you could use the stock pipe as a template for like routing.
Yeah.
Bending. Yeah.
I usually just buy bends
pre-bent,
and then
And weld it
them.
together.
yeah, tack it, then take it off, weld it, put it back up, and make sure it
Yeah,
all
so
fits.
you
no
could give me
rattles.
like 1 3/4, 2 inch piping all the way back, and I don't know where you'd be able to fit it because it's a weird fucking X frame. But if we
we
could
can
find
make it
a way to make it like an H pipe
That'd be pretty cool.
somewhere along the line,
Yeah.
because honestly,
make that
the
happen.
frame of that car makes it so weird under
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So how much do you think that would run?
All right, let's not discuss prices on the
Well, no,
podcast.
because if someone else is looking for some
No.
custom exhaust
No. I'm gonna.
When's your next available
I'm gonna,
slot? Do you want to go now? We can
I'm gonna
leave.
fight this. I'm gonna fight this battle for Fermin. How dare you do this on the
You just need
podcast?
to bring it by the shop.
Yeah, he's gotta
see
see
how
it,
much
bro.
metal is.
Yeah.
Because metal's.
I'll give you
on the
$30
rocks.
right now.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, he's like, fucking $30.
You got a weld?
Boy, take your hat off. That's $1 bill. Have you seen that 1,000 Ways to Die in the West?
No, I've been meaning
Dude,
to,
yeah,
though.
with Seth MacFarlane,
Yeah.
the guy from Family Guy. It's pretty funny, but like it's all just set in the West, so like they don't see dollars, and like
Yeah.
this guy like wants to bet $1 on something.
Boy, take your hat off.
He's like, boy, take your hat off. That's $1 bill. That's funny. But yeah, so Project 13 performance, you guys do it all, right?
Yeah.
So and that's any modification to a car, even just general maintenance and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, like you
as
said,
long as
you're
it's EPA approved,
Okay.
You can't have, lawsuits on us.
right. Yeah. So we just talked about that on like the last podcast a little bit. We just kind of dove a little bit into it, just because Cobb was the big
Yeah.
one that just got like at least the one that's in like the news, I guess, for car stuff. They just got hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Where like they had like stage 2 stuff that
I
like
think eBay's
basically
cracking down on selling that kind of stuff as well.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and so like now like a stage 2 whatever for your Focus ST
Air
or
filter.
your
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it's a literally it's an air filter because everything else got wiped out, and so
Mm-hmm.
like it's not until you get to like stage 3, I
For
think.
track use only.
But
kinda.
then yeah, and then if you people who are doing those things like through like the Cobb tuning stuff, like they're cracking down because there's such a paper
yeah.
trail to it. It's weird, man.
Yeah, because you
know?
got to put your VIN in and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They make it hard for people like us, just car enthusiasts.
Yeah, and like I think the other issue is that like Cobb kind of did it to themselves a little bit. I think they shot themselves in the foot with the those burble tunes. And
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
the
the
crack and
pop.
popples.
Yeah. So, because I think that's like really where like people kind of like the what do we want to call them? We'll call them the suits. You know,
Okay.
they really kind of banded together, and they were like, you know what, maybe we should be cracking down on this because like that's where like I feel like for me starting to lose the car community where it's like all these like pop tunes and these like gurgle stuff. Like I guess that's fine if you have a race car and you are trying to like do something with anti-lag and like kind of create this like specific ignition timing, but like to just have it on like a brand new M5 and just like cruising down the street like stock wheels and
I
you're
mean,
just
those crackle tunes, like they literally do nothing.
no, I know,
They-
but I'm
they're
just
not- they
saying
don't
that like
even do, like,
yeah,
It
I'm
just
not
adds a little bit of fuel and it just ignites
yeah,
it.
exactly, and that more to my point, but like I just mean that because like sometimes like those things do have to happen for a race car,
Well,
and I'm fine with those.
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm not. It's not the noise for me,
anti-lag.
right? It's not the noise for me, but like to me, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like why are like all these like random just like
I
beautiful street cars?
I can't
that
be
should
mad at it. I really can't because
Yeah.
it's the same thing as like
I
just
hate
putting-
it, dude.
It's
My-
the same
my
thing as putting a
BMW
louder
has it.
exhaust on your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you need that? If your engine's stock
Sounds
otherwise,
cool.
I'm guilty of that, but I just like how it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it. But liking how it sounds, I get it. If you really do just love all of the crackle and the pops and whatever, I guess. But like,
Like 3 of
you
my
have
cars
to-
did that from the factory.
yes. Well, I think actually BMW is one of the new cars, like the newer cars that they make now. Like out of, I think actually it's all of them.
Well, no, if you want to trace like these crackle tunes like becoming
But no, but-
popular,
but-
it's because
but-
a lot of these cars were doing it from the factory.
That's what I'm saying. Is that they like if you can just like delete the muffler
the
and then
Jaguar
you can
F-Type
hear.
was really good for that.
Yeah,
too.
you can hear the burbles and the cracks coming out of it.
You know what car was really good for the cracks and pops?
What?
The SRT4 Neon.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was like
honestly
the OG.
underrated car. I love that
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They made all types of noises.
Yeah.
All you had to do was take the muffler off.
Yeah.
It was popping, crackling,
Yeah.
everything you needed it to do.
Yeah, but I have to imagine. Maybe I'm wrong, but like they probably didn't do that on purpose. It was probably like a product of how they wanted
yeah,
the car to
like-
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
what
the
I'm-
fuel
Modern
one
cars
that
are
he
doing it
sell.
on purpose, and then the people who put a burble tune obviously are doing it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. So like if you're just somebody, I'm just hating. Literally, that's all this is. I'm just hating.
Dude,
But if
it's
you're
just-
like
it's
if
the
you're
new
out
hot
there,
thing that wasn't
Yeah.
around when you were a kid, you're an old man yelling at clouds again.
God
Yeah.
damn it! How dare you? How dare you? But I think it is me like as an old man like yelling at clouds. But like I think that I'm just like I think I've been super on edge with like the takeovers. because
Yeah.
I feel like those walls are closing in, and then like just the car community like as a whole, you know, like I think.
we're constantly under fire.
Yeah.
all the time.
So it's like, you know, just you're just kind of like in the Cobb tune, like being able to like have that option to like, oh, you want a burble tune? Like here, you can have it. And I get it. Like this is America. We should be able to do what we want. And
I'm
all,
sorry.
I'm all,
I thought this was America.
yeah, I'm all for that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, like I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, do you really need that? Like, can we enjoy it without
I don't
it?
like that line of thinking though,
I-
because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, you know, if we want to take the heat off us, why don't we just drive stock cars?
Fuck.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
And then
Well,
the meats
you're
look
making
like
a
parking
good.
lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it
God
just,
damn it, you're right. We got to
just
stand
like-
up.
I
Bring
don't-
back the burble tunes.
I don't-
2025.
I don't personally like burble tunes. You know, I'm with you on that. Like they're not my thing,
Yeah.
but I don't see the harm in them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think it like what you said. It just kind of grabs the heat. You know, it just makes other people that wear suits just fucking hate us.
yeah, but they hate us anyway, so
Yeah.
fuck them.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah.
But
What's
like,
up?
and honestly,
Yeah.
the car enthusiast like subsect of the population is so small. Like our impact, even with decatted, fully unrestricted cars, is so minuscule.
Yeah.
It's the same reason they go after guns. It's a low hanging, easy target that makes the people feel better.
Yeah.
It doesn't accomplish jack shit in the long, in the wider.
No,
picture.
it doesn't. But that's what makes the suits feel better.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same, but different.
Same, but different. Yeah.
So yeah, you know the way I look at it is we're in the car enthusiast circle. We're always under fire. No one's gonna be happy with anything we do. So just do what you like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's a good point. I didn't really think it was that way. I thought of it more as like an old man screaming at clouds, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
So coming up fast for you, pal.
Fuck you. So everything that's within legal limits, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure you do a lot of cars that are like not tagged. I mean, are you open to like doing
Yeah.
car? Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
you know, as long
You
as
make
it's-
race cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make race cars,
Race
pretty
cars,
much.
street
yeah.
cars, you name it. You know.
Yeah.
If you
But
need a oil change.
yeah, all things fast, all things cars, all
Yep.
things performance. So that's sick, man. Anything that you got particularly going on?
You know what we never did? We didn't finish going through your lineup and everything.
Oh,
you're doing.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
you've got
I'm
the
just
daily, the
jumping around.
BMW.
Yeah. So that's
You've
the
got
daily.
the JDM front end Integra that might be a flip car, might just be hanging around
Right.
for a
It
while.
was just too good of a deal to pass up.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm with you on that.
It ran.
Mhm.
A clean title.
Yeah.
What engine?
B20 high comp. Well,
Okay.
it came with a low comp, right?
Okay.
Went to AutoZone on a test drive, you know. It was raining that day.
Yeah.
Didn't see a puddle.
Oh no.
Better ride.
God.
So now it's
Yeah.
got a high
Ew.
comp.
So now it's got a high comp. Luckily, I had a B20 high comp just laying around. Took maybe like 3 hours, had it out and then running back on the road.
Yeah.
And that thing runs its ass off. I'll tell you what.
Damn.
So it's not a bad looking car. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at it from the front, you're like, all right. You look from the back, you're like, I can see potential in
It
this
needs
thing.
something. It just needs
Yeah.
something.
But yeah, it's not bad. And then I have, let's see, we have the
The SI.
all-wheel drive SI.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's
so-
the one that you've. That's not the one you're doing K, is it?
No. So that's got the LSV Tech.
Sick.
It's got the bill head, CRV trans, CRV diff, drive shaft. It's all OEM parts. The only thing that's aftermarket on it is the rear trailing arms. They're
To fit the all-wheel drive
yeah,
components.
but
Yeah.
I actually made a set using OEM trailing arms,
Okay.
so I can pretty much do it all OEM parts. You know,
That's
don't have
pretty sick.
to do anything
Damn.
to make these cars all-wheel drive now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
So it's just kind of something that's like reproducible.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you give me a CRV and a Civic, I'll make it all-wheel drive.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick, bro. Dude, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Dude, the times are changing.
Yeah.
Times
Well,
are
no,
changing.
because you and me talked a little while back about like how crazy the aftermarket has gotten for all-wheel drive support for
Oh,
like
yeah,
they make
it's insane.
they make like billet transfer cases now, which that was like the weakest
Yeah.
part of the whole drive lane because you
Yeah.
have the 90-degree hypoidal gears in a little cast aluminum box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you make any kind of power and they just
Yeah.
I mean, they're holding up 500-600 horsepower, all factory parts.
God damn.
Yeah. So the transmission is weak because it only has 2 shift forks instead of 3, I think it is, or something with the gears. Not too familiar. I use stock
Yeah, yeah.
transmissions.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people put like the GSR gearbox in there, and
Yeah.
it
well,
works
how do they
great.
make that work all-wheel drive?
They take the gears
Oh, the guts?
out of the guts out.
So
and
use the
swap it into
case, and the
CRV
all-wheel drive
space.
components, and put the guts of the
Yep.
GSR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get the gearing, right?
Yeah. So you get better gearing because
Well,
I
the
think, like,
B20 gearing wasn't that bad.
No,
it was
you run out
shorter.
of-
It was shorter
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
it's like between an SI and a GSR.
Yeah.
So it's like real short gearing. I think like at 7,500 RPMs, my top speed was like 145.
So you put an
150.
LS fifth gear in it. You're
Yeah,
you're
you'd be
cruising pretty
rolling.
good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
or get a motor that revs a little higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that car is almost done. I got like just a few more things. It hasn't been on the road since 2021.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time I talk to you, like you're
Yeah,
telling me
just
about all
bring-
your
bring that
projects.
mic- Bring that mic to you, so I gotta keep going.
But yeah, every time I talk to you, you like bring up all your projects. You got so much going on. I lose track. And I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, which one is that? Is that one getting the K? Is that the all-wheel drive one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But now I've got this on video. I can reference it whenever
Yeah.
you call me.
yeah. So the one that's going K, that's a hatchback I've had for I think like
Well,
7-8 years.
Actually, yeah, because this would have been way back when he was living at the other house. You might have even been there a couple times. Like when
Yeah,
my
the
Volvo was in his garage, that hatch. That was next to that hatch.
Yeah.
It looks completely different now.
No way.
It's got full interior for the most part. Front end's been redone because
Hell yeah.
it was
I
like
did see that
completely-
hatch the last time I came up to your shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did have a motor in it. I took it out
Yeah.
to go K series now. So
Yeah.
I'm changing it up. I
Yeah.
have 3 K series and B series are really hard to find nowadays.
Yeah, dude. This is crazy. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Like,
No, 'cause
we're like,
I remember
10
there
minutes
was
in?
there was a what's it called? Like a 2-month period where you and me both worked at BCP,
Yeah.
and you boosted your car, drove it for 2 days, blew up. That weekend we swapped it.
Yeah.
You drove it for 2 days, it blew up. The
Sounds
next
like
weekend
me.
we swapped it. You drove it for like 2 days, it blew up again. We swapped it again, and I think
Yeah.
it held after that time. But for like a month straight, every weekend
It was
I was
just
at
bad
your
luck.
house.
yeah.
You know, yeah, because one time the wastegate
The hose
vacuum
melted.
hose came off,
Yeah.
and then you know your wastegate didn't open, and you spiked like 30 pounds of boost and lifted.
That was
the head.
fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun till it wasn't.
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you were just pulling B series out of thin
I
air.
know.
Like
and
3
I was
days
getting for like
notice.
deals, and now it's like I'm on like a 2-month hunt because I don't want to buy one from Facebook Marketplace because you're like you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And
And
there's no
that's always-
warranty, no
Yeah.
recourse, nothing.
So it's crazy.
JDM Engine Depot was
Yeah.
like, I ain't seen a B series in years.
Yeah.
Even Subaru motors are hard to get nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't help but think that you may have had something to do with the
I
fact
was
that
thinking
you
of- I
have
had the shortage.
You have
I
made,
created the
Wait a
shortage.
minute, let's
you've created
Rough-
the shortage
rough
in
guesstimate.
B20s.
rough guesstimate. How many B series engines have you gone through?
So, question: do we count?
Here it is.
Do we
Now,
count the ones-
if the head is blown, if I drop
Yeah.
a valve, did I actually blow it up? Yes.
Well, no,
You
that's not
did.
my question. Do we count if I rebuild the engine again? Like, let's say a
Okay, we
piston
won't.
broke and
We'll
I
count that
replaced
as
the
one.
piston.
We'll count that as one.
Yeah, if you rebuild it.
because you know you got the engine initially, and then you've used it, so that
Had
you know,
to
it's
have been
still
every
one.
bit of like
Yeah, let's
40 engines over the years.
Oh my god. 40
And I
40
think I've had-
engines.
Maybe not.
I've had
Maybe
my
not.
hands on at least like 10 of those.
Yeah.
So how many this is the real question. How many B20 blocks have you just straight up windowed?
None.
You've had to have poked a hole in at least one of them.
Maybe one, but a lot of times it was
Bent
because
rods, spun bearings.
no, I crack ring landings and it cracks the
Mm.
sleeve. Either, well, when I was younger and I was learning how to tune,
Yeah.
I wasn't adding enough fuel at the top, so
Yeah.
I'd get a little warm.
spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ran good, but got a little.
What
I
was
guess
it,
the
Myron? You say
EGT.
life's dangerous at the edge?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then we have the race car too. The Integra, the white Integra.
Mhm.
Oh,
Are
shit,
You like
that's still-
shepherding that now?
That's still
Yeah.
live.
Yeah. Actually,
So-
it's running great.
Yeah. And then
Um,
this is like just for clarity, this is like Myron's old Integra that he had at the time.
Yeah, this is the one me
Yeah.
and Myron built.
Yeah.
How long has that been?
Yeah.
Every bit of 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like I mean like when I knew it like he just bought an Integra,
Yeah.
you know, and then it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like just had plans for it, you know,
Well, yeah, I
like
remember
you know
the
how it
first
goes.
time. The first time you got your first little shop, you were still like tweaking with it. Then,
Yeah.
like you know,
Because I did the JDM front on it when I was younger. I
Damn.
did. That was the first car I autoed and manual swapped. I was
Damn.
like 17.
It's crazy.
been in the game a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, it's crazy.
Shit, there was times when I was living at my mom's house and we were in the garage and took the head off the Civic, and then we went to Philly that night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a crazy night too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories to like tell friends with like how much we messed around with cars as a kid was the one time at your first shop we had to swap an engine. The whole shop was full. We were out front of it, and we just dropped the engine on a jack and then let it hit the ground. Lifted the car up, pulled the engine and transmission out from under the car, put the new engine on the transmission, shoved it back under there, and lowered the car back over the engine.
That was the SI. That was my all-wheel drive SI. That's the car I still have today.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
That was the B16 I got with the car.
Because like being in HVAC now, some of our coworkers are like, oh yeah, so you were a mechanic, you messed with cars. I'm like, oh dude, we've done it all.
Yeah. They have no idea, dude.
You have no idea the trenches I fought in.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah,
and even like to your point, when you're saying when like you were younger, like when we were younger, dude, like it's kind of crazy to think all the stuff that we were doing.
Oh,
It was wild.
Yeah,
You
let's
know?
pull 2 all-nighters to swap an engine. We've done this like maybe once before, and even then we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then make a trip down to Ocean City, Maryland for Cruise Week.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't tell you how many times we got the car running, new motor, and then we're on our way. No
Yeah.
test drive,
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
We're just
dude.
jump in the car. And
Yeah, just
take off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
I know.
Yeah, good times. More times to come though, dude. And like, and you've just blossomed from that, dude.
Yeah.
And then like, because I like, time had just kind of gone on, and I guess I had kind of found my career and
Now, Fermin did the
my
thing that
nose.
we all said we wanted to do.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I was about to say. Is like I just kind of like I just seemed like I finally was like kind of stuck in life, and I just had looked up for a minute. Is what it felt like. I finally just poked my head up, and I was like, Fermin's got a shop with like race cars. Like he's just doing he's like that's what we all talked about doing, and he did it. He fucking did it, dude.
I'm trying.
He made
Yeah.
it.
for sure.
He made it. I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's just it's super sick to see all that. And Adrian, I think you had your his page up, the Project 13 performance page.
Yeah, he's been neglecting it.
It
Yeah,
is very
so-
neglected.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're listening to this, you want to go check out Project 13 Performance. There's good content to look at. But
this
he's
was,
going to keep
H22
posting
Civic.
now that we've.
H22 Civic, H22
Yeah.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
but
car
how-
made
but
like 500.
where'd you,
but the
That's
clutch
sick.
started slipping.
That's fun. Yeah, dude, an H series and an EK or EG hatch.
Yeah.
Where'd
Turbo?
you do the dyno run?
That was MPA. I'm trying to remember the
Shout out.
trainer's name.
Let's go.
Oh, you painted the block.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Glittery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that car turned out really
It's a
well.
good color. It hides all the oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like oil right there, you know? In a driveway after
No, if
rain.
this came out of your oil pan, you've got problems. Oh, magic
yeah, and
glitter.
I actually
But no, it's
had
a
the.
nice color.
I think there's another picture where I re-welded the
That's a cool manifold.
turbo manifold.
Dude.
Yeah. No, I guess I didn't. But yeah, I had to re-weld
crack?
No, so see how that manifold is for a Prelude, so it didn't fit in the Civic.
So you had to cut it and
So yeah, right where the turbo dumps are, I had to put 2 90s on there. So I cut the flanges off, re-welded it. And
Nice.
that car ran pretty good.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, and then so this is a Mazda Speed 3 motor that I built, put it in a
Whoa.
car. He's got about 30,000 miles on this car since I built it. Thing runs great. It is a fast Mazda, that's for sure.
I know. I remember the first time I've ever felt like a Mazda Speed 3. This is a funny story I probably shouldn't tell, but fuck it. So we had a trade-in come in,
That's a video.
or it was they bought it at auction. So this is at I'll just say one of the dealerships I worked at, and so it came in and Mazda Speed 3, and it said add oil additive, change oil, add oil additive, and then just do like a PDI inspection. You know?
Okay.
or used car inspection.
Like used car inspection, yeah. And so oil additive, I look on the passenger seat. Any guesses?
Lucas Engine Honey.
And I'm like, dog, it's a whole thing. And so I walked into my service writer and I was like, bro, what are we doing? I was like, do you know what this is? Like they're like, put the whole thing in. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't even started it yet. I was like, is it like how bad? And they're like, put the whole thing in, bro. It's like it's bad. I mean, it's obviously it's a head noise, you know. I think
end.
it's top end, you know, but it wasn't like it was gonna like window the block, you
Right.
know, but
Yet.
yet.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, dude, like throw it in, and sure enough, guess what?
It went away.
It went away.
Yeah.
It fucking
It's
worked.
amazing, ain't it?
And I was like, so then I got to like go drive it afterwards, and like it was, I didn't have. I'll just say I didn't have much room to like, you know, go, you know, but I was like, yo, this is fun as fuck. These cars are cool. And then I drove a Mazda Speed 6, the four door. You ever driven one of
Yeah.
those? It's kind of the same. I think it's the same engine, pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think it is.
same thing. Like, but that one was like just like stock. I think this one had like intake, downpipe.
Downpipe.
Yeah, it was like a kid's car. You
Yeah.
know, wheels on it and shit.
The basic bolt-ons.
Yeah, the basic bolt-ons, the
Yeah.
cool car gig. But yeah, dude, those cars are fun. You know, the little Mazdas.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
motor was
sick.
fun to put together because there's
Yeah.
no timing. Like on the cams and the cam gears, there's no locks, so it's not like a pin coming through. So you gotta like time the cams. It's got like a plate on the
Oh,
back,
yeah.
and then the crank. There's a bolt that comes through.
Yeah,
And then you gotta like try to make sure the cam gears
Yep.
are right.
yeah.
It's very very interesting.
Yeah, Lexus was the same way. So I remember, so I did mostly timing belts on, what's it like? I think it's they're the 3.5 or 3.0s.
Okay.
The 3.0s.
Like
were
a
the-
2000,
Yeah, because the 3.5s I
2001.
think had the chain. So yeah, it was like the 3.3s and the 3.0s.
Yeah.
But the cam gears themselves had like a lot of lip on it, so you could take one of those like little chip clips,
Yeah.
the black ones, like the paper ones that you put
Yep.
on like a thing of
Just-
paper.
A binder clip.
A binder
Yeah.
clip, yes, thank you. And you would just put those. I had two of them. Like you would mark them with a paint marker, but just so if it did slip, you know.
Yeah.
But you put those on, and you could do everything else you had to at the bottom. Yeah, it was cool. But yes, I know like what you're talking about. Like that's fucking. It's nervous. It's
Oh, yeah.
nerve wracking. You know.
Yeah, how do you think I felt timing that 2.7 EcoBoost?
Yeah.
That would.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this?
Oh yeah, yeah. You had to eat 4 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, like 12:30.
Yeah.
Like how? What?
12:34 and
Yeah. Don't be
9:26.
12:34.
Oh,
Yeah.
and between heads, you got to rotate the crank 180 degrees or
Yeah.
360 degrees because you have to time one head this way and then one head that way.
Yeah.
It's like Ford.
Interesting. Yeah.
Only
What
do
are
this.
you
Only
doing?
do this repair
Like-
Eastern Pacific time.
Get it timed for both of them and just mark it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put a pin in there. Like Honda it has
Yeah.
2 little
Oh my
pins
god!
here.
Like
Yeah.
I was telling
So
you, I
easy.
helped Wes do a head on
Mhm.
a 99 CRV, and like they got we just put drill bits in the cam
Yeah.
holes and just
makes it easy.
Wasn't that your CRV?
no, mine
Oh.
was the one that ate 3 fuel injectors.
Ah, yeah.
Ah.
You know,
Well, that
Honda
thing's
things.
probably got miles on it now.
Yeah, it's well over 200,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. And allegedly, Wes has so many cars that actually run that don't get driven that he just has injector problems. Is what
Oh
we
yeah.
kind of came
Because
up
the
with.
gas is.
Well, on
Yeah.
his personal cars, but it's like customer cars too.
Yeah.
It's like he'll do a repair unrelated to the fuel system, and hey, the fuel injectors died.
Yeah.
It's that shop. My shop.
Or
it kills
allegedly, don't
batteries.
worry, please still take your car to P&R and Automotive. Your injectors won't die.
Yeah, my shop has a weird thing where it likes to kill batteries after cars that's been there for a little
Yeah.
bit. The battery's dead.
Yeah.
So.
I swear, like every shop has like either a curse on it or a cursed area. Like when I worked at Kia, my lift was cursed
Yeah.
because I would get cars that had these weird freaking problems, and I'd go to the shop foreman who is the kind of guy who will swap a long block in a Kia Optima in 1 hour and 27 minutes. I watched it happen. And I'll be like, hey, you ever see this issue before? And be like, no. What the hell is even that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I guess I'll figure it out then.
Yeah.
And then after I left, one of my work buddies moved into like my bay, and he's like, "No, yeah, your lift is cursed because now I'm getting weird shit."
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, we had we just had like somebody who just commented that they have like an alternator problem. Every car that they ever have, like this is just somebody who just commented on the YouTube. Shout out, I don't have your tag, but they were saying like every car that they have, like for some reason, like the alternator just keeps dying. Like, there's like a weird alternator issue.
Are you buying
Yeah.
him from what was it? Where did Wes get his alternator? It might have been AutoZone.
Yeah.
But he had his little Geo Prism,
oh my god.
and the alternator died on it. So he went to AutoZone because he could get a deal. I think he knew
Yeah.
someone who worked there or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget.
The customer. Or what?
No, this was his car.
Oh.
And
okay.
he replaced the alternator. It comes with a warranty. And every 3 months, like
Lifetime.
clockwork, that alternator would die.
Yeah.
So he would just go back to AutoZone. Like, yeah, 3 months is coming up. Time to get an alternator.
Yeah.
Just basic maintenance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Change the oil, change the alternator.
And it was
Yeah.
so easy. It was like literally 2 bolts right on the top of the thing. It was right up there, just
Yeah.
Hey, that's Chevy.
well, Toyota.
Oh yeah, Geo.
It's a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
But you were right. It's still Chevy.
Chevy.
It's still Chevy.
Chevy Q-Lab.
Dude, I miss Ashley's tracker.
tracker.
Oh yeah. She said she wants another one.
I know,
Well,
dude.
did
God
she?
bless her. And dude, God bless you for just dealing with Ashley.
I could not believe that, dude. That was insane. I've never seen a frame like that.
What happened?
Bro. So
Oh, you didn't
Ashley, yeah, I mean we'll keep it light, but
Are
I
you
mean,
talking
but
about the
Ashley,
Kia?
yeah, Ashley is no longer with the Kia
No, yeah,
Soul.
you told me. She
and
got a
she left
Toyota
it
RAV4 now.
she left it in a way that was remarkable.
When I was driving.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
No, I remember you told me that it got into an accident. and
Yeah.
all that, but
Well, like not even like that's why like just just not that
We can
it
talk about it
matters.
later.
Yeah,
We can
but
talk about it
but not that it matters. But like she didn't like hit anyone else.
No.
Like she just essentially like hit a curb basically.
Yeah.
Is like what she did. But she like just lost control, just
hydroplaned
driving
or something.
No, just driving and was just like hey yo, and then spun out.
Hey yo.
Yeah, it was one of the AOs, and then spun out, and then it like just like smacking a curb basically, and then like the thing was all whacked. So it was like,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, all right, so like maybe like I don't know how
Maybe there's some
that.
components we can replace.
Yeah, she said the rear, and I remember like the rear's like that whole like subframe.
It's a live axle.
It's a dead
Or
axle.
dead
dead
axle.
axle.
Dead axle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
with,
not
with it,
alive.
right? Yeah, definitely
no
not
longer
now.
alive now.
It's not now.
Nah. Yeah, that thing almost looked like an A. It was just. It
So
was
she
crazy.
bent the whole dead axle.
Oh yeah, and then it pulled the frame in where the shocks go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
yeah.
why we kind of put it in it where it is now.
Yeah,
Send it on its way.
She gone. She gone.
It retired to the farm. Right?
Yeah.
Retired. Yeah. So, but
What happened
she's
to the
got
tracker though?
It blew up on the highway.
It blew up on the highway, dude. You know what's
That's
so
right.
funny? This is actually a good story. So I'll tell.
I'm sorry, I just remembered what you told me about her going through a toll booth.
Oh my god, I'll get to that too. I'll get to that too. Sorry, we're ragging on.
I'm sorry,
Ashley.
Ashley,
We're
but
ragging
it
on
was a
Ashley.
funny story.
So we're my buddy who I moved in with in Broomall at the time. We're just doing like one last trip. Like we moved everything in the weekend before, and on this weekend I was like, yo, dude, you mind to just like take me back? I think I was grabbing a car. I think my E36, and
Which
just
one?
some extras.
The black
the
one?
white one.
Oh, the white
Yeah, the black one I'd sold, but the white one I kept for a while, which I should have kept, dude. I got so many
It was a
parts in my
clean-
attic. I was just going through it today. I got the hydro and all that other stuff
Oh,
out
yeah?
there. Bro, I got so many.
That was a clean little car.
If
too.
anyone needs E36 parts, unless Adrian buys one within the time you hit me up, I have 2 sets of taillights, like LED smoke taillights and non-LED smoke taillights, amber corners, clear corners, yellow fogs, tow arms. I have the lollipops. I have lollipop brackets. Or like the little rear control arm brackets.
I think I can make those
have-
fit my Geo
I have
because the
toe,
lollipop
I have
bushings
toe
are impossible to find
eccentrics.
for that thing.
I have toe eccentrics. I have E90 inner tie rods, E46 outer tie rods, E46 control arms.
Oh, is this the ghetto?
This is the
angle kit?
ghetto.
Angle
This is the
kit.
ghetto like camber kit, really.
Oh, camber
Yeah, because like you're not really gonna get angle out of it, but you kind of get like that Ackerman, like you get that like
The
scrub.
geometry that
Yeah,
you
you get
need.
the geometry. You put some spacers on it, you get that ghetto angle kit.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
with the tie rods and stuff, the
Yeah,
E46.
yeah,
tie
it's a
rods
little
on there.
longer. Yeah, hit your boy up. But yeah, so we're picking up the E36 and I'm on 95 and we just got over from like PA to Delaware and Ashley calls me. She's like, "Hey," I was like, the car just stopped," and she's like, "I'm scared, kind of scared. I'm on 95."
Oh, so am I.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Where at?" She's like, "Just coming off the mall exit." Like, I'm in the median. She's like, we're like someone else is kind of turning in. She's like, "It's pretty wide. It's okay." And I'm like, "Holy shit." I was like, "Wait, I'm on 95. Like, where, like, I should be seeing you." I'm like, so I
Yeah.
sent her my pin. She sent me her pin, and I was like, "I'll be right behind you." So like literally like 5 minutes. Pull up behind her, and like I said, as soon as we're pulling up, we can just see all of it underneath.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
oil,
God.
dude. And then we just got up underneath of it and windowed the block, dude.
Oh man.
And I was like,
Geo that
well,
could.
Ashley, just grab all your shit out. Hop in the truck. We're gonna leave this here. Like, this is done. She's like, wait, what? Like, I'm like, no. Like this, you did it. You did. It's done. There's no putting an engine in this. There's no pass and go. There's no collecting $200. This is fucked. Like this, you took this cool thing, this little unique thing that wasn't worth anything, and now it's not worth like putting an engine in. Damn
Right.
it.
It's not
Like,
worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. And she had
Oh, I mean,
fucked
you
up
said
a good thing.
you said there was oil under it, so
Yeah.
there was oil in it. She didn't run it out of oil.
I mean, dude,
It could have
wasn't-
been low on oil.
No, it was low on oil. Like it wasn't. I mean, I'm
It
not
could have
saying
been coolant too, Adrian.
Yeah, no, no, it was oil.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was like, oh my god, we're just like it's all over the place. We could just like as we're
See a
pulling
little
up,
trail.
we can see like
See something's
the trail
wet that shouldn't
yeah.
be there.
Yeah. So no, dude, it was low on oil, and she's like, and like she did like in the truck, she like confided to us. She's like, I think there was a light that came on. But she's like, it would go away, and I was like,
Oh, the oil
the
light.
oil
the
light,
little
dog.
Red flicker.
Yeah, dude. I was like, it's the oil light. And so, and I always told her, even with the Kia Soul, I was like, hey, you get gas, you check your oil. Like that should be like,
Oil is the lifeblood of the
yeah,
car.
who doesn't do that?
Especially
I'm like,
with how
bro,
many miles were on that thing.
bruh. But like, who doesn't do that? I mean, I guess like the majority of the population.
When
Like,
was the last time I checked the oil on the Buick?
oh damn it.
See,
No,
I can
no, it
be
was like a
driving
week
and check
ago.
my oil. You know,
Oh yeah, you
I'm
got
luxury.
The
Ooh,
Didn't
yeah.
we just
So
shit
what-
on that last
what do you-
podcast?
Yeah, probably.
Does it take you like
Oh,
20
so
minutes
you're
to
talking
go
about-
cold?
You're talking about the
Okay,
Mine's
then
instant.
yours is good.
Well,
then.
as long as it's warmed up. If
Oh,
it's
see,
warmed
that's-
up,
there it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It takes like 5 minutes at most.
Yeah.
I remember working on an Audi S5 and it took forever.
Yeah, mine doesn't take long because I go right in because I got the big screen like right on the
yeah,
center.
this was a relatively new S5.
What's Audi? I mean, that's Volkswagen for
Yeah. Yeah.
Garbage.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had the thing running for like half an hour, just running, and it was still like, wait for your engine to warm up, and I'm like, motherfucker, this is a wait.
A half an hour? You didn't go Pete the shit out of that thing? Half an hour? Half an hour of it just idling?
Yeah, I was working on other shit.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, go.
That's a long oil change if you think about it. You have to
dude.
do
No,
everything.
first of all, it was a friend's.
I'm getting 2 tenths
Second
on
of
this.
all, second of all, I was paid hourly. But
That
second
checks
of all,
out.
though, this is an Audi S5. This is well beyond my budget. If I like didn't do something right with the oil and I go and just test drive it without knowing that the oil level's correct.
Damn, that's a fair point. There's only one way to find out. Come on. Live a little.
Yeah.
You're
let it
only
sit
here
for
once.
45 fucking minutes.
You're only here once.
I'm not about to owe my friend a $70,000 car that I
Nah,
can't
you don't
pay
owe
for.
him nothing. You all right.
Do I know this friend?
Matt Rittenhouse.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, so you know the car I'm
I know
talking
Rat.
about.
Yeah, I got pulled over right after seeing him on the highway one time. I was in my little red Honda Civic.
Yeah, you're fucking around.
Yeah, a little bit. Cop pulled right up. That was
Yeah,
an
you remember
eventful day.
before the Audi had that Mazda Speed 3.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out Matt Rittenhouse, one of the realest
I haven't
people
seen
I
him
know.
in a long time.
No, I haven't talked to him in a while either.
Yeah.
Gotta check up on him.
Yeah.
He was good people.
Well, hey, speaking of being able to check your own oil, I don't know if you use, I don't know, what kind of ECUs that you've like been playing around with. Like, do you guys do, what's like your thing? 'Cause I know like with those like new Link ECUs, they're
Yeah.
like they're really popular these days, and obviously if you have the money, the whole tech, but
Yeah.
all that stuff you can just check oil low. Like I think you can check oil pressure.
Oil pressure
Yeah,
would be
for
a given.
sure.
It's oil
Would be a
level that you
given,
should be
but I
kind of
think-
thinking about. 'Cause
Yeah,
you need
but
a level
oil
sensor in your oil Panda.
Yeah.
So you would need a new sensor. Yeah, but I'm sure that with a Link
They probably have
ECU you
support
can
for it.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean they have so many IOs on those things. There's no way you wouldn't be able to like attach one.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure they have some
that's
programming
fun.
point you can put
Yeah.
in for that. But
But really, I mean, you're looking for oil pressure.
Yeah.
So,
Because once the pressure gets low, then you probably ain't got
yeah,
no oil in
you
it.
probably got
or
oil.
your screen's clogged, or
There
you
ain't
bought,
no oil in it.
you bought a BRZ or an FRS and RTV clogged the pickup,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
which is a shame because I really like what they've done with the latest one.
They turboed the newest one, didn't they?
No.
Or they're
There are
going to?
rumors that
Yeah.
Toyota's going to put the 3-cylinder turbo out of the
Yeah.
GRs in it.
That would be pretty cool.
That
I
would
would
be
be all
sick.
about
That would be pretty cool.
Although I've also heard those engines might be blowing up too.
Yeah.
I mean, 300
They
horsepower of a
don't. They don't make
3-cylinder?
nothing like they used to.
Well, it's tolerances. All the
Yeah.
tolerances are so close, and they want you to run 0W16 oil.
Ooh, let's
That's
get
like
into
water.
this.
8.
Huh?
There's 0W8 now.
That is
Bro,
insane. Why?
Adrian, pull it up. Pull it up, dude. It's crazy. I'm so glad that you brought that up because like that's how we started our last podcast with Wes. We
Really?
were like, yeah, dude, because we were talking about like we might have cut like some of it off because we did one of these like, little soft opens like we did before. We had so much we talked about before we did the podcast. But
0W8.
but-
I'll be damned.
yeah, dude. And
Thanks, Toyota.
So no. Like, I mean, like that's cool too.
6 quarts, $87.
Yeah, bro, it's water. So like, I mean, this
Yeah.
is cool too that you brought that up. But I wanted you to pull up the video that we watched, dude, where it's
yeah.
like it compared it to water.
Oh, I bet you water's thicker than that.
It's getting close. It's getting weirdly close.
Might as well use vegetable oil.
Yeah. Vegetable oil is a good example.
No, we don't.
Oh, so this is
we don't need
020,
audio. I just
08,
wanna see
and
it.
water.
Just click the YouTube thing. See it
Just do that.
Oh,
or that? Yeah, it's fine.
Actually, no, because now it's.
Yeah,
cutting off
dude.
that.
Just but if you just click where it says YouTube, it'll bring you to YouTube. There we go.
see?
But yeah, dude, it hits like water, bro. Watch this shit. This shit's wild.
Because I've been using W16 in some of these Toyotas and stuff, and I'm like, I cannot be putting
Look
this
at
stuff
that.
in here.
Look at it, like just go glugging out of that. It literally looks like you said. Honestly, that was a good example. Is fucking vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Like, maybe
That's
thinner.
I've seen more viscous vegetable oil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. But
It's
yeah, then
insane.
they do like an actual viscosity test. But yeah, bro, it's insane. And so like Wes's main point, like when he brought it up, he's like, dude, like whatever you want to do with this oil, like if the manufacturer says fine, like whatever, but like not that I believe in it or I think that they're right, but he's like no one's been like changing their oil, and then even worse than that,
one's been checking.
they've been pushing the intervals for oil changes further and further
Yeah,
back.
it's like 10,000
Which-
miles now.
Yeah. So like if you skipped one oil change, two oil change, you're like, okay, all right, I'm at fucking 15,000 miles. I gotta change this oil. But like now, you skip
no
an oil
oil in it.
change, you skip 3, that's 30K.
Yeah.
Like if it locked up and you even get to make it to an oil change, they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yo, dude, we're pulling the valve cover.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is so
and
bad.
Again, like with modern manufacturers, they all sit there and go, "Oh yeah, consuming a quart every 1,000 miles is within."
Oh, yeah.
You know,
They also
tolerance."
put
like
that out
making
there.
a new normal.
and 10,000 mile oil change interval, and
That's
the car
10 quarts of
owes-
oil if you
yeah,
think
the
about
car
it.
holds 5, maybe 6. You're negative 4 quarts of oil by the time you get to the oil change if you don't check that shit.
So,
no one
yeah.
does.
Are they pulling a Keith right now, where they just keep adding oil and they change the filter
Yeah.
every 10,000
No,
miles?
Yeah.
because honestly, that's a step above that
Yeah.
most people are willing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
add oil,
Ask
change your
the-
filter every 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask the average person when the last time they opened their hood was, and they'll probably go, "I don't even know how to do that."
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's the point, dude. And that's what I was gonna say too. Is that like, when's the last time? You know, what's even funny? Like, because Wes also brought that up, where he's like, dude, like when you get to a gas station back in the day, they would check your
full
oil
service
for
oil.
you.
Full service.
full
Yeah.
service fuel stations.
But like, I've never like, I mean, nothing I can remember pulling into a gas station and someone had their hood popped. They're just checking their shit. If someone
Yeah.
had their hood popped, they'd be like, "Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? Do you need help?"
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it would be foreign.
I mean, for a while, I kept just a rag under the hood of the Buick shoved behind like the
Same.
battery.
Yeah,
And
dude,
just-
I always do that shit, dog. Yeah. Yeah.
You
fuck
check it a
yeah.
couple times just to make sure. Wait,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
there
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
there?
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like they're taking a lot of maintenance out of the cars just in general, but like that's one of these things where like I feel like we're going backwards, right?
See,
Like
this is why we need electric cars, because they just don't need nearly as much maintenance, and the average person can't be bothered.
well, I mean, you say that, but I feel like also like don't you think like that like I don't know. What about like the careers of like automotive cars? I mean, not that like the gasoline engine and like all these other like, cool niches and the things that Fermin does will ever go away. You know?
I mean, the EPA is definitely trying.
See, when he says shit like that, that scares me. And then with
Yeah.
all these burble tunes flying around,
I don't think it's burble tunes. I think it's mainly the diesel trucks. but-
Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. And that was Wes's point as well. But I mean, sometimes like to me, I feel like it's death by 1,000 strikes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's not like it's like most things. It's never like just one thing where they're like, oh, you know what? If we hadn't done that, that's the real problem. It's like no. It's like there's burble tunes, there's takeovers, there's like loud
Yep.
exhaust, there's people doing burnouts, there's like this and that, and like I was totally one of those people.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, but I
Like I
just
said,
feel
a
like
couple of my cars
now
burble
nowadays,
top
I feel like
burbles.
people should kind of understand that like the EPA was way different than like what it is back then.
No, it wasn't.
You think it was the same?
No,
You
this
think-
is a long time coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
They've been
definitely a long
planning.
time.
They've been plotting. On top of that, if it wasn't one thing, it'd be something else.
All right.
It would always be something else. They just have it out for the car
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. Well-
And again, because it's low-hanging fruit, it's something easy to target
Yeah.
and relatively easy to enforce.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're trying to stop car companies from making gasoline engines. That's why everybody's starting to convert over to electric.
Yeah.
A lot of
We're not
companies
ready for
dropped off a lot of their vehicle
Yeah.
productions.
Yeah. Yeah. Adrian and I were just like kind of skating around on some dealership websites, and like, it may not have hit as hard for him, but like, it hit hard for me because I was like, yo,
You
like,
got 5 different options from
Dude,
each
crazy,
dealer.
right? Like, I
before
mean,
you
like-
have like 20 different vehicles, whether it's car, truck.
Yeah.
and-
And so like Adrian was like, he's like, yeah, isn't the Mustang the only like Ford car that they have? And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what? And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they don't make cars anymore. And
yeah,
I was
I
like,
think they got rid of
yo.
the Focus and
The
Yeah.
Focus, the Fusion, the Taurus, all gone. The
Yeah.
only car they make is the Mustang. Everything else is a crossover.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they even
Which,
got
like,
rid of the
Mach-E.
little EcoSport, which I am so glad because those things are horrible.
Yeah.
It's a
but-
little, it's a, like the lifted Focus looking thing. It's a little egg of a car. I hate egg
The
cars.
C-Max?
No, the EcoSport. And
the
it's-
C-Max is that hybrid, right?
And everyone
Yeah,
who drives an
yeah.
EcoSport is the like
Let me see what this thing looks like.
straight up NPC. This is an NPC car for NPC people, and the reason I'm really pissed about it is because it's one of these things that rear-ended my Geo. But
Oh, the Geo got wrecked?
no, it just got rear-ended.
Well, that would be wrecked, wouldn't it?
Well,
I mean, it got into an accident. Is what you mean?
I may have talked with the insurance adjuster who came out to look at it and convinced her not to total it.
How is that possible? Isn't the car only worth like $800?
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she was cool. She was like, because I basically was like, look, it's a Geo. It's not worth anything.
Please
but
don't total.
there's none
Yeah.
of these on the road right now. So if
Yeah.
you could just like do whatever you can, like, if you want to like cut me a smaller check just because that keeps it from reaching that threshold, I'm fine with it. I just do not want this thing totaled.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'll see what I can do. She's like, I got you up to like $800 something, and that is below the threshold
value,
for the
yeah.
valuation of your car. I'm like, you're the best.
yeah.
How bad was it?
Honestly, all we really need to do is probably repaint the rear bumper, but it's got like spider cracks in it and
Oh,
shit.
that ain't that
Yeah.
bad.
But you put enough Bondo on that and sand it and paint it, she'll be fine.
Didn't they like crack the little
Oh, and I think it might have cracked
Third-
the lens for the
center?
the tail
the center bar?
light. Yeah, the
Yeah.
little bar. But
Yeah.
again, but yeah, these freaking things.
It looks like a
It's an egg,
yeah.
especially.
It
in
looks like
white.
a baby Escape.
egg.
It does.
out there.
It does look like a baby escape, but I don't see like how you think it looks like an egg, dog. Because
It's
like if that's
egg-shaped.
an egg, so is a 350Z.
No,
So is every wagon. I don't know.
No.
I don't think it's that
no,
bad.
this is short, pudgy, tall, gross. It's
Oh,
the same thing as that.
We
Buick
saw one of
thing.
those Scions, the IQs or whatever they were, on the way here. I was like, look
Yeah.
how small that thing is.
yeah.
Is it the Envision? No, that actually looks half decent.
Yeah, that's not a bad looking.
Oh,
Buick.
you know what? We know what it was. Yeah, see, he's a fan. So you know what it was? It must have been the Enclave, your favorite.
The Buick Encore.
Encore. That's like the
look,
Chevy
I typed in
Trax.
Google egg and it's the first thing to come up. Or Buick egg. I don't like this class of vehicle, and then there's this thing.
Yeah, that's like a
it's
Chevy
the same
Trax.
one. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't like this class of vehicle. They are just when you make a crossover so small, just because the interior volume needs to be a certain size for people to fit in it, you end up with an egg.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't like it.
Yeah.
They're gross.
Well, aren't eggs like strong structures? Unless
Yeah.
they're.
Front to back, so
Yeah.
when you crash.
Yeah.
But if anything lands on the roof, you're dead. If
Well,
we're
what's
going
going to
by
land
that
on the
logic.
roof?
Grand piano.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm not the only one who watched cartoons growing up, right?
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like
This
we
is-
live in a GTA
This is like
lobby.
real stuff, man. Read a comic book. All right.
Yeah, that's an egg. And the EcoSport is the same class of vehicle, and it is also an egg.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed. Anyway, so
I don't like egg
we were potentially getting onto ECUs and just kind of where you stand
Oh, yeah,
on
how do we-
like performance ECUs and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like where you stand and
So-
just tuning and stuff like that. What you got?
I know, like, what I do. I just mainly Hondas and stuff.
Yeah.
The BMWs, it's like an off-the-shelf tune. So you buy like an MHD pod, plug it in, download it, whatever revision you want,
Yeah.
and then you got whatever you need.
Yeah.
If I like for E30, I just click the button, download tune, and it's like the easiest thing.
Yeah.
And then these Hondas, I use like a lot of Neptune, Hondata.
Yeah.
Hondata's always been like one of the big ones. And then there's like a free one. It's called Honda Tuning Suite. It's like what was it? Chrome and EC tuning, I think it was. It's like old school, but re-updated. So it's not as like
streamlined or polished.
Yeah, and like Honda and stuff. So you can't do as many functions.
But you can do the basics.
Yeah, you can still live tune and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool for people trying to get into
and Hondas
it.
use fuel density, map sensors, not mass airflow. So you're using lookup tables.
Yeah, unless these new ones are using mass airflows.
Well, the new ones are, but like the B series and D series, that's all speed density.
Yep.
With I can't remember the name of what the actual table's called, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and so what do you think the like the best like I guess like this beginner like starter or like most like economically friendly
dip your
to
toe
like
in tuning?
Yeah, if you want to get a new ECU, like, what's the easiest way that's gonna like cost the least amount?
So I mean, if you're doing it depends. Like if you're doing like a LS, Holly is really good. The Holly Terminator is really good. And then like for Chevys, you got HP tuners.
Yeah.
Because that you just pretty much jailbreak your computer. You buy the license and then you hook up the OBD port.
How long is that going to be around?
I don't know because and it's actually not bad software because I just did a Dodge Ram where I did like a cam and stuff like that in it and we got rid of the DOD delete.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, so
cams in Dodge, dude.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of sick.
Yeah, so it was a Dodge Ram 2500 6.4. Did the camshaft and where it turns it into like 4 cylinders.
Yeah, displacement on demand.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Did the delete, and you got to put HP tuners on there.
Yeah.
So this is my first time messing with it. So I'm like looking around trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Once you get it figured out, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then you can see like all your tables and everything you need to see. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I think a lot of this is coming from? Because I just remembered there was the EPA, and I didn't follow up on whether they succeeded or not. This would have been a couple years ago, but they were trying to like pass some law that would make it illegal to like tamper with any emission stuff, even if you were using the car like off the road, like for track use. And I think if they had passed this, that's where all these tuner companies are running afoul now.
Yeah.
And guess what, bro? We're gonna move to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We're going to Puerto Rico, dog.
Yeah.
Like Puerto Rico. We're going to Dubai. Somewhere where there's like, you do what you want.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, that's its own place right there.
Dude, Florida, if they were like, hey, look, Florida is just, they've band together. They've decided to be their own country.
Yeah.
And then we'd be like, yeah, they
Take 'em.
No offense, but like, you guys should handle this on your own.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, y'all are crazy. Fuck.
Yeah, it's wild over there.
Yeah, dude. It is crazy. Dude, and you know Joel?
Yeah.
Dude, he's in Florida.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing in Florida, man. I can't wait for him to come back to Delaware and visit us.
Maybe I can make it this time.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, like once it gets warm enough, he'll finally be able to be like, okay, I'll come back to Delaware.
Yeah. It's been a little bit since I talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
least
missed
Yeah,
it.
we had him
2
on.
years.
Yeah, we had him on randomly.
On a Tuesday?
Yeah, so he was back. He was back for a few days. He was back on that weekend, but he had so much family to see, just to kind of hang out with, and like other things he was doing. But I was like, bro, I was like, you got to come through on the pod, and so he was like, dude, I could swing Tuesday, and so he came over, and Adrian unfortunately was working at night.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
like a full night shift. It was one night, and it was that night.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, right. I know it sucked. So, but I mean, it was also like I got home, I changed my shirt, and he was here, and I was like, all right, fuck, let's sit down.
Let's do it.
Yeah, just had some beers and just hung out. It was fun, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was good to see him. So he's dude, you know him. He's doing great.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's
I
doing
see his
thing.
post every once in a
Yeah.
while. I don't get on social media much, but
Yeah.
when I do, I
Yeah.
always, check up on
You
everyone.
gotta start,
Yeah,
indulging
speaking
in the
of
brain
that,
rot, bro.
Dude, indulge. Well, I mean, just not indulge, but provide into the brain rot. Give us some content,
Yeah,
man.
like
You
I
do,
need to.
You do cool shit every
Do you,
day, man.
Do
Like
you
it's
still
so
even log into your
crazy.
personal Instagram, like at all?
So if you have 2 Instagrams, you just tap the button.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm on Facebook. Always searching Marketplace.
Yeah, shout
But-
out.
Well, I mean, like,
shout out Marketplace.
me and Keith have a Facebook Facebook, an Instagram group chat where we just send each other shit. We're about, I could yank you in on.
We're going
this.
to yank you in.
Yeah.
Bring you in.
Yeah, I got to bring some more.
But
contact.
we haven't. I haven't like sent you anything because I'm like, is he even online anymore?
Yeah.
Does he do anything?
I mean,
Is
I'll
this a
see
dead
it for the
account
most
now?
part.
Well, hey man, I mean, I think it's good that like you get step away from it.
No, just
I
come
think
back into it.
yeah.
It's just I'm working like 12, 13-hour days just trying to get everything done, and it's just
You
it
and
gets
Wes
the best
both.
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just the product of running your own business, man. It's
know.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, and I'm sure that you're there weekends, whenever you can, whenever you have
Actually,
time. And
speaking of that, you're doing well enough now that you at least have like one employee. Do you have one or two?
I have 2 employees.
Two employees.
Yeah.
now,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Very
I got
cool.
Caleb, 350Z, and then
Oh, I
just-
follow him now.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah?
just,
Yeah,
he
Caleb
just added
Rogers.
me, I
Yup.
think.
Yeah, shout out Caleb Rogers. He's got a pretty sweet 350Z, right?
Yeah,
350Z.
he's got blue
Shout out
350Z.
Caleb Rogers, man. That's cool.
yeah, he's been with me for 2 years.
Swanging.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I got Jose. He's a young boy.
Okay.
He came in, knowing how to do oil changes, and then just trying to teach him the ways and
Yeah.
get him into
That's cool.
the
man.
ball of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind
That's
of
sick.
cool. Getting
Yeah.
a little team together, and then I always got people stopping by, helping,
Yeah.
just hanging
Yeah.
out.
Fuck yeah, dude. And that's like almost like the biggest part of having like your own shop is like the hang.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you know-
Everybody's always
yeah, like you
want
want
to
to
be
like
over there.
yeah, like you want to like be able to like stay focused and work, but it's also
Mhm.
it's like like that's my boy shop. I'm gonna head over.
Every time I roll through, like, I'm not the only one rolling through. I'll be
No.
hanging out with you, and like 5 other people just show up.
Yep, yep. That's usually how it is. They always want something done.
Yeah, right. So this is gonna be our classic pee break. I gotta pee and I need a drink. Two-turn tea.
We need to try out some of.
Yeah,
Some monkey shoulder?
We'll move
Well,
on.
this
to,
isn't monkey shoulder anymore.
No,
now we
it's
have a
the
we have a-
shoulder. We'll just
yeah,
call
it's
it that.
the shoulder.
Blend.
It's the shoulder now. Fuck yeah.
Just a
Yeah, we'll get
blend
into
of
that when we get
shoulders.
back. I gotta pee though.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go pee. Cool.
Yep. And we're back.
Officially back from
Yeah.
the pee break.
We live.
Boys, we live. And as usual, back from the pee break with whiskey. Can we get a little cheers? Bring it back
Cheers
in.
to the brothers.
Dude, to the brothers and
the
to
brothers.
Project
Yep.
13. Let's go, boys. All right.
Oh, the shoulder is pretty good.
The shoulder. Yeah,
That
so
was
Fermin
interesting.
Yeah.
off the podcast has renamed the monkey shoulder that I blended together. So for context, the monkey shoulder and oh damn, now I'm already forgetting. I thought I had them all. It was the one that, if you listen to the podcast, the one that Doug brought and the one that Kevin brought.
Okay.
So there was 2 smoky whiskeys, which is why you
Okay.
get in that.
Yeah.
it's like a
It's like a little
fucking
smoke
campfire,
taste. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
It's like a campfire
It
in
was
your
all
mouth.
the leftovers we had.
Yeah.
Definitely taste that.
So yeah, so for fun, I just mixed those all together because we had like little smidges. It wasn't enough to have like one drink of any of them, but it was like one drink for all of
definitely
us.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
I
fun.
think I like monkey shoulder better than the shoulder.
Yeah, and so Fermin called it the shoulder instead of
Yeah.
monkey shoulder. So shout out Fermin.
Actually, you were really good at just coming up with words.
Yeah.
Might have been misreading words, but they stuck around like a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The death perk thing that you got if you died so many times, martyrdom.
Oh yeah, murdered him.
Marty
Martydom.
No, you didn't call it that.
Mardi Gras.
You called it Marty Drop
Marty
because you dropped a grenade.
Dude, I'm so guilty of that too because like you know what it does for me is everyone's Instagram handles. I read Instagram handles so fast and then I just make them up. Like I'll be like, I have no examples, but like yeah, I'll mash them up and I'm like someone will say something, they'll be like, oh, like this guy, and I'm like, I never heard of that guy,
And then you
I'm
read
like,
it and you're like, oh.
and then I read it, I'm like, oh, that's what that says. Like, dude, I can read, I swear.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember. I'm sure you remember, but 6th grade, we had an English project. I was running
I wrote your
really,
name,
really, really
Adrian.
far behind, and I was like, Fermin,
Upside down.
I need you to just like write my name on this. I got to finish writing this. And he goes and writes a drain, and I didn't even see it.
yeah, Adrian.
And the teacher saw it.
Adrian.
She said, "Did you write this?"
Your handwriting was close enough to mine.
Yeah. It was upside down, so it was.
So back to the shop, man. I just wanted to just kind of nail down the shop, and just like what's the day to day, what's the kind of projects that you like working on, what the projects you've had worked on, you know, just kind of stuff like that. What's been going on?
Do a lot of exhaust work, that's for sure. I definitely like welding. Okay. I like the fabricating, making something out of nothing. I do like doing motor swaps. Because you just stay focused on one job. You're not moving back and forth. We do a lot of those and a lot of transmission jobs. Right now, we're working on the Skyline, trying to get that all buttoned up. Yeah, R32.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I got a Volvo 850 at the shop. About to go clutch.
That thing's been there for a minute, hasn't it?
I figured it out. Spec clutch. Do not like them. Not shouting them out. Their customer service, they're like, yeah, this is the right clutch. Went through tooth and nail. And I'm like, okay, well, the clutch in there is not giving me pressure. Like, the fork travels way too far. So doing some more research, ended up getting a Vallejo clutch. And it should hold the power that he needs. But it was just like, I went months going back and forth with spec clutch. Just to find out that what they have listed is not what they sent me. And it was just like a whole nightmare. So I'm in the hole on that clutch, but at least I got.
But like to that point though, like that's what someone is paying you, you know, in a sense, like not really paying you for all that diag technically, but that's a selling point. Yeah, it's a selling point for like why people would want to bring your car to you, because like I mean like what the amount of time that takes, you know, like, you know, for a normal
headache.
person who has like a regular job and just wants to have a fun car, and like they can bring it to you, and then like, you know, unfortunately,
and
but
you
like
get to deal with all the
headache, but like that's what you like, you know, when you're a specialty shop like that, and an automotive specialty shop, you know, like that's what it's kind of all about, you know, is like being able to like kind of take that. That's why people don't want to work on their own shit. You know? They don't want to go through all that crazy
rusty
process.
Bolts and all that kind of the corrosion.
Oh my God,
trying to get a stuck bolt out. It's a nightmare sometimes.
You remember my Fiero?
We're East Coast, by the way.
The Fiero broke so many ratchets. It was unreal. Trying to get that subframe bolt out.
The messed up part was it was the bolt where there was just a hole in the frame.
Yeah. And I don't understand how it didn't break the frame. It just would not come out. Heated it, soaked it, tried everything, and that car fought me too. It's weird because I get a lot of strange
cars. Is that car like cut
cars.
up in pieces now?
No, it's still sitting over at Marcus's shop.
Oh, he can have that. I gave you the title to like.
I think I gave it to him too. And
okay. He can have that. You got the parts off of it that I needed.
Which I still found parts in my BMW for it.
You want to drop those off to me?
Yeah, I think they might be still in my car.
Yeah.
Like I got this Dodge Ram, right? Put a motor in it. Brand new crate engine. 2 weeks I've been, fighting it, trying to figure it out. It has lean codes at idle, like the short terms all over the place.
Yeah.
You want to guess what it was? Short term is like 30. Rough idle, you come to a stop, it stalls. And but under gas, it's great. Smoke tested everything.
Is this a diesel or a gasser?
6.4 gas.
So that'd be something.
It took me 2 weeks to figure this out.
Give me a hint. Like, is it a vacuum leak?
I was gonna go in vacuum leak.
I smoke tested everything, replaced all the gaskets, no leaks, nothing.
Okay.
All right, give it
throttle position.
Nope, had nothing to do with what I did.
Fuck. Fuel pump.
Nope.
Terminating resistor in the CAN network.
Yes. No.
Yep.
They installed the wrong cam at the dealership.
Oh, good.
On a brand new motor.
You know what? I'm not even surprised. What?
Yeah, Adrian, to be honest, you know what's so funny? Because Adrian kind of dug into them a little bit in the last pod.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even surprised. So, like, it's not just Dodge specifically, but, like, Kia had their issues with engines blowing up. I have personally myself had this happen and watched it happen to another tech. We get a new engine shipped in a crate, drop it in there, start up, knocking.
Oh, man.
Right out of the crate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this motor came from Chrysler itself.
Yeah.
So I was just shocked.
That's what I'm saying.
And
these were Kia manufactured engines shipped from the Kia factory.
Yeah.
Stuff happens, I guess, because the only way I found this out, I measured valve lift.
Interesting.
Yeah. Replaced so many parts.
So would you get a new cam?
I'm fighting tooth and nail with them right now.
Oh, you're fighting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put this motor in maybe 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I'm just now trying to get like the warranty process figured out.
Dude.
Man,
So I don't know.
Something you and Wes have in common, having to fight for like warranty.
I was gonna
bullshit.
say, dude, like, and Wes brought that up like specifically about Chrysler, where like he's waiting on parts for like a newer-ish,
fuel
but like
line
but
for a
older.
2015 Dodge Ram or something.
Yeah, like
No,
he's just
same thing
like,
I'm
they
working
have
on. It's a
no
14 Dodge Ram.
Yeah,
Actually, it
he,
might have
he
been a 14.
cannot. Yeah, he's like all these parts are back order, you know, and you know like whether like I think that you had mentioned that like whether it's like assembly line parts are coming off the line and like they're already spoken for, you know, they want to pull them off like brand new shit.
In our field, you know, we deal with like some you know, manufacturer reps and all that, right?
Yeah.
And HVAC. And I had to order a part for a Carrier rooftop unit.
Yeah.
You know, we went through Pierce Phelps because they're a rep for
Yep.
you know, Carrier.
They're the rep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the one customer service guy trying to like see if there was any way to expedite it, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, a lot of these parts they come out of the factory and they're spoken for immediately. Like
Yeah.
there's already a line." He's like, "You know, I can like try to expedite it, and that'll like give us a place further up in line, but." You know, this shit's coming off the factory
you have to
line and just
pay.
going right out. Yeah, I think
Everything's
it was
on
like a
back order.
5% fee, and when you're looking at like $1,000 control board, that adds up quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it depends on how fast you need it.
Yeah.
And how much you want to
Yeah,
spend.
and for us, everything's yesterday.
Everything is
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah. As you
Everything
can
is on
imagine,
rush
right?
order.
Yeah.
Everybody
yeah.
wants air.
Yeah. Like and like, there's nobody who's just like, well, you know, it's never right. Just
No,
like
they only
cars.
call us when it breaks.
Yeah.
It's already broken. It's already a problem.
Dude, it's just
Yeah.
like cars in that way. you
yeah,
know?
but you know, with a car, you can get like a rental car if you need to.
You can't get a rental AC unit.
Well,
actually, you can.
We've got spot
Yeah.
coolers.
Yeah, you can, but like a rental car is, you know, like cheap. You know,
Yeah.
they're like, we'll just give you the keys. It's a couple bucks, and like, so a rental HVAC unit to like, because they make HVAC units that are cargo containers.
Okay.
And they're made into HVAC units, and they literally have like they look like like biohazard like yellow ductwork that will just seal up a window.
Yeah.
And the window will just the whole building's the duct now. You know, it's pumping in, and so like, they'll do
Imagine
stuff
having
like
a
that.
desk right by that window.
Right. Well, it wouldn't. That's what I was gonna say. It wouldn't look like that. It would have to be
Somewhere.
a lot, you know. But that's the point. Where right, we can't just hand you the keys and just you get on your way. It's like, we have to go like bring this thing that's expensive to this place, set it all up. Like we're talking like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You know. So there's no like replacement. There's no.
I mean, we do have those spot coolers, but that's only for like a small area.
Yeah, but spot coolers on their own. I mean, that's like saying like if you rented like a house.
Oh, your car's down. Here's a moped.
Well, no. Listen, like it's this way. Like if you rented a house, and maybe this doesn't work for us because we're lower middle class, all love, no hate there when I say that, but because like we've all lived with AC units hanging in the windows, right? You know what I'm saying? But if you rented a house that had central air conditioning, they were like, oh, your shit's broke. Let me just give you all of these AC units. You'd be like,
No.
that's actually not what I already had. Like, I have this loud thing that just like buzzes over here and blows air indiscriminately. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, that's not like my central air. You know, you didn't replace like for like.
Yeah, because
You
they
know?
got vents in every room. And
Right.
everything
Yeah,
Like
and
that.
it's comfortable and it's
And it's
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing.
Wow. The whole noise.
yeah, dude.
Rattling.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it's difficult on our side as far as like reciprocation of like getting things fixed, and then that in between time not looking so shitty. It's pretty tough.
You always got to make the customer happy too.
Yeah, exactly.
And
dude.
we're dealing with
And-
commercial customers, so it's like there's a lot of money at stake here.
Yeah.
That's
So,
for sure.
But just a different light. But yeah. So then the Dodge, that was crazy. And so I would kind of jump to that R32. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so I'm finishing it up. Customer was building it, trying to get everything done.
Oh, what
What
was it
did
brought
they
in for?
Yeah, what did they do to it?
So it's a fully built RB20.
Okay.
So it's a GTS 4 all-wheel drive.
Okay.
Had to do stainless steel brake lines.
To support E85, right? Something like that.
No, well, the brake lines, but I had to do fuel lines.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. You said brake lines. Fuck.
Off
the podcast,
the shoulder got you.
Off the top, yeah, dude, the shoulder got me. The shoulder got me. Yeah, off the pod, we were talking about that a little bit. You were saying that you switched it over to E85. Is that the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one. It's on EMU Black, which trying to find somebody to tune that's kind of harder than I thought.
But sounds like you got a market to corner.
Yeah, I actually found somebody that's gonna tune it. Sleeper Tuning, shout out.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
He's real cool people. He's gonna tune the car for us.
Yeah, Edgar, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's really good. And he's one of the only people around that can tune that ECU. He wasn't happy about it, but he said he can tune it. Yeah. So hopefully everything goes good.
Yeah, dude, and that's actually like super cool to hear too, that like you're collabing with like other tuners.
Oh
you
yeah,
know, because like, even in any space, it's always like is competition a good thing? Like yes, and like but can you work with your competition?
Wes was talking about. He's like, I wish more shops would stop like trash talking each other.
Yeah.
And start,
working
each other
working
out.
together. And again,
look, it's a rough industry out there. We got to help each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of shops like that I help them, they help me. My buddy Dread, automotive, awesome guy. T-Top Tommy. I don't know if you know him.
Tommy Swerves.
Yep, that's my boy. Always helping him. He's helping me.
He went to Hudson, right?
Yeah. He was in your class. Thomas Teague, right?
Was he in your class?
Yeah. He was a year below me.
Oh, so I only met him like adjacently.
You met him like kind of
but I know him. I've talked to him plenty. I've seen him at your shop. Countless times.
We always help each other out. So like he'll send me work.
Is he doing his own thing now?
Yeah, he's got his own shop.
Congratulations, man.
Fuck yeah. And his dad was always into like the Top Fuel dragsters and shit.
Oh yeah,
right?
he still does that.
Yeah.
I think it's Pro Street or something like that.
Does he have a GTO or a?
That's a Nova, I think. Or
it's a Nova. Yeah, you're right. It's a Nova.
Yeah, which is pretty. It's pretty badass.
Yeah,
and then Tom's got a Nova too, and he's been racing that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. I'm trying to get into every Friday. We're going out racing and getting into events like him.
That's sick.
Yeah. Ever since we ran the Integra, and it went pretty good down the track.
So do you have your banner all over that Integra yet?
Not yet. I'm still working on more shirts, decals, stuff like that. So that's all.
Oh, dude, give me some decals. I'll put it on my car.
Oh
yeah. When you get the exhaust done on the Buick, I'll put a.
Oh yeah, we'll put
Yeah.
Dude,
we'll just bring them here. Yeah. Right? Like, put them on the table.
Yeah, and I'll get you guys shirts, too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I mean, dude,
we're working on shirts.
Yeah, I mean, likewise.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Leave It Running podcast. I like that. Oh, I like that. The donut on there.
Dude, the donut was my idea.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
I like that.
Shout out National Donut Day on Friday. Hey, yo. Big donut guy.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, that's sick, dude. To be able to collab and like work together, because it's like it's one of the hardest things to kind of overcome. I'm sure as like a business owner is like the competition and feeling like everyone else, you're comparing yourself, and like you never can, and you can only get better, and you can only work together. I feel like, and so that was something too that like was a little bit shocking to me in our field in HVAC now. So we work with so many other contractors,
subcontractors.
So like we have a lot of contracts, like just real quick, but we just have like contracts with customers that have like equipment that like our company just doesn't really have like the capacity to just take on.
Yeah.
Like, the idea like, you can do anything, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You could throw the money at it, you can do it. No one's saying you can't. But like these guys already do it.
Yeah.
And you have a customer, right? You have a good customer.
Yeah, you have a customer that wants this shit done now,
and you subcontract in, and these guys work with you, and like everybody wins.
Yeah, everybody makes money.
Exactly.
Everybody eats.
And like in like the best case scenario, like you learned from it. Like, you got to like kind of see how they did it. what they did and see what that job looked like,
and then just kind of tell if that's something that we need to pursue, or it's better if they do it.
Yeah, right. And it's like hey, like that's their niche, you know. Yeah, so like it's super
I still think
cool.
we should get a crane.
Yeah, we should get a crane. It'll be kind of dope, but like there's a lot of insurance involved in that. And like,
send me out to licensing. I want to work that crane. That looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
Mostly, I just want to drive the crane. Honestly,
dude, I wasn't like. I mean, I'm with you on it, but I wasn't like nearly on board until I had a crane job one time where the so usually they'll have like a walkie-talkie to give you, and so this guy gave me this hard hat, which like wasn't really a hard hat. I literally was wearing like a racing helmet that had like
comms on it.
That had comms on it, and I was like, I'm like, dude, I'm up there, he's down there, and I'm like. And he was like, he's like, Maverick, how we looking in the sky? I was like, Goose, we're looking good. Bring up the crane. Dude, it was so sick. And I was like, awesome. Bro, this is all I want to do.
I thought you were gonna tell me. I thought you were talking about the one with the fan that we were lifting and the trees.
Oh fuck. Yeah, no, that was bad.
I thought you were going with
bad.
We need to get our own crane because that was crazy and we would do better.
No, that was bad though, dude. Yeah, I had this crane guy, which is like, he was like,
we're not gonna name any names.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna name no names, but this guy seemed like a nice enough guy, but like, we're dealing with like a small cooling tower in between a lot of trees, and we had to pull out the whole fan shaft and blade. Okay. And so the way you grab it,
it's like you can imagine 5 foot diameter fan, 6 foot diameter.
Big foot.
Was it bigger than that?
Probably 6 foot minimum.
6 foot.
That's a big fan.
It's a big fan. We're not picking it up there on a ladder by hand.
Yeah, it's about 300 pounds, like on a good day. So we're when you pick something up like that, it's kind of difficult for us to like get it to where like it just picked up straight.
Yeah.
So we held
especially
the shaft.
With the trees.
Yeah. So we held the shaft as he just like slowly picked it up through the shroud, and then it was up. And I was like, all right, man, it's all you. Just pull through the trees. You're good to go. And like literally just went straight into the trees. The thing's like fucking falling around.
We've got straps on it, but like they're not tied around it or anything.
Bro, I got guys on the ground. I'm like.
The whole thing just
everybody get down. Like do shit like that. I'm like,
take cover.
Like, dude, yeah, just like one of those like crazy moments where things are happening so fast, and I'm just like, look out.
And I know
I'm like, dude, I'm like choke. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you freeze up. You don't even know what to say.
I froze, dude. I fucking froze. I was like, ah. It's crazy.
And I know my parents watch this.
And he's
Mom,
talking
Dad,
to me.
I was perfectly safe. I was out of the way.
Yeah. But this motherfucker, I mean, I just gave him my phone number. I had an AirPod in, and I'm just talking to him over the phone, and I'm like, he's talking to me in the ear. He's like, yeah, man, Saturday night, fucking blue, like whatever. And I'm like,
the whole
and
fan
he gets through, and I'm like, he's through the trees, and then he's like still talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, man, you're through the trees now. I'm like, fucking dead, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
Me and Chewie were on the ground like,
yeah. So so a lot to do with that, but also the fact that was just a cool experience having like the helmet on.
Oh,
just, like
the good crane pick.
The good crane pick. But yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, so like with our company, and it seems to be like an industry wide thing. Like I think everyone kind of has realized that like there's enough for everyone to eat. I think when it comes to like service contracts and stuff, that gets a little bit more touchy because there's your longevity, So like
that's
there's
your
a lot
stable income right there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like people who get in like during installs. Whoever installs it tries to get the service contract
for maintenance,
and like so that gets a little bit like touchy, tooth biting. Now it's like who's got first dibs sort of thing, but like because we start up a lot of equipment, so then it's like
move.
You know what I mean? It's like
we know to maintain.
We started it up, like we know what we're doing. These guys who installed it, they might know.
They might,
but we do know.
Yeah,
we got it operating. They just put it in here.
Yeah. So like, there's always like good friendly competition, but yeah, dude, everybody can work together. There's tons of money out there.
The HVAC industry is not nearly as cutthroat as like the automotive was.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think that like. that's even really there, because I feel like there's like, as niche of a market as it is, I think there's enough for like your real like hometown hero like shops to like work together.
And like, the gaming muffler shop.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it's just beautiful to like to see that like you're able to work with other shops, and like then like you're open to that, because like I feel like it's possible there's like some shops that won't, and like those shops I feel like they're just not going to grow.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, if you isolate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'll send work to a lot of my guys, but they'll send me work like all the time, like whether it's Chrysler, Nissan, or Honda, they'll all send it to me.
Yeah.
Like if I got Chevy, I send it to Tom. If I got Subaru, I send it to my buddy Dredd.
Yeah.
And we just all work each other out, but they always send me Chrysler stuff. They don't want no parts in it. And I'm like, all right, I got my experience there.
I take my time. I
did
know
my
this.
time.
Yeah.
And there's been cars where it's been to 3 other shops. They couldn't figure it out. And I look at it for 15, 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh,
wait,
well.
you've seen that issue. Like, actually, I called you
100%.
one time. We had a used car. It was a Jeep something or other. And I wasn't the one working on it. One of my coworkers was. But, like, the light was out, a headlight. And he replaced the bulb, and it's still not working. And no fuses are blown. I called you up. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Like, I've got no power going to it. The fuses are good, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, check the tip-em. If it's got a code, clear it. And I'm like, all right. Go in there.
Sounds weird.
Yeah.
Go in there, and I'm like, oh. There's a code for, light out. Okay, clear. Light came on. I'm like, why the...
Yeah, it's Chrysler, man.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll get ones where it's been other shops for like a misfire, or I've had one where it was a cam sensor, right?
Oh,
they put cam sensors in it.
Was it a 3.6?
3.6, yep. They put cam sensors in it. They did X, Y, and Z. Still couldn't figure it out. Cam was bad.
Yeah.
It loses its magnetic strip in there, and
That is so stupid.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then these Chevys, like the 1.5 turbos, they have like a lobe on the camshaft itself.
Is that for the fuel
For the
inject?
vacuum pump?
Oh, for the vacuum. They need a vacuum
Well,
pump.
you have the cam sensor that reads on it, and then the vacuum pump connects to it. Well, it's common for those vacuum pumps to break, like an ear off. Well, that piece gets stuck where the cam gear ring is and spins the tone ring. And now you got a cam code. And you check timing's right, and you're like, check wiring,
well, maybe the sensor's bad.
sensor.
You throw a sensor at it, it's still off.
Yep, I had one of those on a Chevy Malibu 1.5 turbo, and
I forget who I was talking to, but we were looking at like, I was talking to Wes about it. Just looking at the Honda, and he has a younger kid that he's work. I think he talked about him. That he's bringing in, like, get him to work. And I was like, he's, looking at this saying, well, I'm doing the valve lash on the Honda. And I'm like, we need to get back to this.
Yeah.
This is the perfect amount of, it's just complex enough to be efficient without being obnoxiously complex and over-engineered. Because that kind of failure is bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you how many cams and lifters and rockers I've put in 36s.
Well, yeah.
If I had 5-gallon buckets of just all of them, I'd have one bucket full of cans, one bucket full of lifters.
Is that the Pentastar V6?
Yeah, the Pentastar V6.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember doing the airbag modules on Grand Caravans and Town Countries and the stack that we had in BJ's Bay?
I do. That was insane.
Do you remember I got angry working on one because the person would just bring their car and it's just full of shit and it's just all in my way, and I think I threw like a CD case back and it shattered, and I'm like, oh fuck. Well, you know what? They'll never notice it because it was in a pile of shit.
Oh yeah. There's some customer cars that are just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Like
those, I remember those minivans. They came in 2 flavors and 2 flavors only. Pristine, fucking horrendous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a whole pizza, half-eaten pizza in the back, and then like. Oh, yeah.
There was no in the middle of like, this is a lived-in car that hasn't been detailed, but, it's not disgusting. It was either disgusting hoarder mess or, like, just rolled off the showroom with 120,000 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like,
I think you're describing above or below the poverty line.
No, I don't know, because I'm close to the poverty line, and I keep my shit clean.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I think that is just kind of like a stigma for minivans, honestly. But like, dude, cars are the same way though. Like, bro, cars come in
Who has horror stories?
honestly,
Because I have one that I'd love to share.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like Fluff has like his whole like snap reel is just shitty cars. It's like he hops into cars and he's like, just getting. He's like,
No. One car, and I was working at the place that you and me worked.
Oh, we're not going to say no names.
Yeah, I'll leave it out because this is gross. This is negative. If it was good, I'd name it. But yeah, one car came in, and I'm like, it was like a Kia Spectrum or something.
Yeah.
And it just needed some basic
rough.
maintenance. And I remember like I was reaching down for like the seatbelt or something, and I touched the side of the seat, and I felt something off.
Oh no!
And I was like, what the? And I looked down, boogers.
Oh, that is nasty.
Why are you touching the side of the seat?
I was like reaching for like either the adjuster or like the seatbelt or something. I just brushed my hand against it. It felt crusty, and that was not how a seat should feel.
Yeah.
And I looked down and like it's just covered in boogers. Whoever drove this car would just pick their nose and wipe it on the side of the seat.
Yeah, and that's when
Of course, I wasn't wearing gloves. I was like,
to the bathroom.
right to the bathroom, fucking scrub my hands.
2 pairs of gloves on each hand.
Yeah, when I got back in that car, I was wearing gloves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is the number one thing that I do not miss about cars is getting in people's nasty ass shit.
Especially
know
when
you are.
Especially when you got to work under the dash.
Oh, dude,
And
I
then you're
know.
laying
Doing
in
them,
that?
yeah, dude, doing
That's
them.
how I felt about those airbag modules.
Oh,
the
yeah.
disgusting cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the vans and stuff. Yep.
Yeah,
You had to take that center console piece out. And
yeah.
The two recalls I do remember though, the airbag module
Yeah.
and the control arms on Jeep Liberties.
Oh yeah, the rear controller.
Yep.
They had the ball joints. They
I
had a
got
lot of
real
issues.
good at those. Real good. I remember BJ was like, "You can do this in half the time it takes." I forget. I don't want to say names, but
Yeah.
there was another guy who would like, he'd have like the whole axle like being dropped in.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you do one side at a time. You just put a trans jack under.
Yeah.
Pop it out.
Yeah.
A pole jack even.
Yeah. Pull jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes
Fun
in handy.
times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Honestly,
definitely.
I'm glad I started at Chrysler though, because there was a lot of things that were like really hard. Because after Chrysler, I went to Honda,
Yeah.
and like,
Breath of fresh air.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god, this is the
Chrysler was
easiest
hard.
thing ever. People were complaining about like some things. I'm like, no, you have no.
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And it's just like now that I'm in HVAC, whenever the guys complain, I'm like, you have no idea how bad it can be. But
Yeah.
you have no
Yeah,
Could
idea.
be worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys are like doing something. That I'm like, they're like, yeah, I just can't get this bolt. I'm like, bro, you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you can see it, you can touch it.
You can touch it. Shut up. Like how?
Yes.
I mean, there's like maybe like out of all cars in the world, there's like 10% of the cars that you can see all of the intake manifold bolts.
Oh yeah.
Like right, like okay, like and that's a very like commonly like pull that off kind of like thing. You know, it's like bro, like. You got this. Like it's just a fan and a wheel and a sheet metal box. Like fucking calm down. Get in there. And
It's not even about
change that
it's
belt,
not even
bro.
about that. They're like, oh, dude, we got to rush this. I'm under so much pressure. And I'm like,
Yeah, they ain't waiting,
Bro.
they're not in the waiting room.
they're not literally staring at you through the window like. And I'm like, it's not my fault you scheduled an appointment right before you had a meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're having a conference.
It's like, I have to get on a plane to go fly out for a business trip. I'm like, well, why are you getting your timing belt done now?
Yeah. Fuck that.
Plane leaves in 45 minutes.
Like, well, you're leaving in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Why don't you just bring it back?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
get an Uber.
seriously.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And like working on cars and stuff. Like my friend John Newton, which I'm hoping to get him on the podcast. I've already brought up a story about him, and he was like, I told it wrong, and I told him I wouldn't tell it again until he told it on here.
Yeah.
But and I'll mess this one up too. But like, bro, he worked at Pep Boys. I won't name which one, but can you guess it's closed now?
Well, a lot of them are.
Yeah, well, exactly. I know, but so the shenanigans that he got into during that time, like it was crazy.
Oh.
So like it was a Pep Boys in a gas station, and his manager was like a guy who had to like rise to the occasion. You know, was like not a guy who like knew what he was doing, knew nothing about cars, and literally relied on our 20-year-old friend who worked on cars to like know how to run this shop. So every day he would threaten to quit. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, wait, I'll quit, and then he's like, fuck, if he quit, like he would
I'm
like
done.
this guy. He's like, I'm done. Like no one else is gonna run this thing. So, but dude, like they'd have like customers come in. and they have like a glass window that's like the bay goes this way,
the fish bowl.
and then and then
man.
the like the gas station part goes that way. So people walk in, they walk past the shop door, they get to the register. There's things in there. It's a regular gas station. So like there would be a customer that would be in there, and they would just hawk donuts at the window and then just drop underneath of a car, dude. And then people would be like. And they would just see like a jelly donut just like sliding down. Like, dude, just
great.
like dumbass shit.
There's
and then,
a reason that wall exists. It's because most technicians are not customer friendly.
Yeah, and like there was another time where like John and his boss, not really his boss, but like we're in the
You're above me on paper. And
yeah, they were in like the little like cash register thing, and he's behind the counter with him, and he sees like a person walking in, and he just like drops down underneath the counter and just starts punching him in the calf, like just like hitting him as he's like trying to like talk to this customer who's
How can I
bringing
help
in.
you today?
How can I? Yeah, literally. We could get that done immediately. And like, bro, it's like, is this a movie?
Right.
Like, this is crazy. And they had like shop kids. They would like blow the cheetah in. Like they would have
I
like
remember
the Saturday
those days.
shop kids would come in, and they would be all drunk from like the night before, and they would come in and they'd like try to like sneak into like the tire room, and they'd try to like, sleep on the tires, and they would just blow the cheetah up. You know, just like dumb shit, bro. Like,
I know you and me messed with the cheetah a lot when we worked at Chrysler.
Yeah, those were good times.
Yeah.
People be in the toilet, you just throw them.
You'd be taking a dump and like you
Toilet
just see the
paper
nozzle
everywhere.
come out underneath the thing. You're like, no.
Please no.
Too late.
It's too late.
Your fate is sealed.
I know. I can't imagine just like seeing that tip and just knowing that it's coming. You're like,
Oh,
no!
you'll see a whole bunch of footsteps come in, and that's when you know. And then you see. Oh man, those were
dude.
good times.
Yeah, good times. And like, you know, those are places that like you knew you weren't gonna go anywhere. It's like this shop's just for fun.
Oh yeah.
I remember
I gotta
BCP
get outta
under
here.
no management.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That place you can almost get away with murder.
Yeah. Yeah. But now that your new shop, which is very professional and sophisticated,
very.
No shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
No, we're adulting now.
yeah, you're adults. Yeah. So I know. So on your Instagram, you have to pull that back up real quick, and then yeah. So you've done everything from doing like airbag kits, fabrication, engine buildings.
Do you make like exhaust manifolds from scratch?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think if I have any.
I don't think
Pictures,
you have pictures. You
yeah.
have 6 hole posts for them. You got
No, I was thinking of. I know it's
Yeah,
terrible. Well,
but-
you got me welding right there. That's doing a high flow cat delete.
for a race car, off track use
off road
only.
car.
Yeah, off-road
It was
only.
actually a supercharged 3.6 Charger.
A 3.6.
Yeah,
They make
Pro-charged.
superchargers for that?
Yeah, pro charged.
Damn.
Yeah,
You just self-taught welding?
yeah, 10
Yeah.
years. Yeah, I think my very first exhaust job was at BCP on a FRS, a pro charged FRS.
I remember that.
Damn.
Dude, that
I
was
remember
10
that.
years ago.
Bro, that might have been... Was that for the guy from... That was the Price Toyota guy?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
yeah,
So-
I did the exhaust on that car.
Yeah,
Me and
that's
Marcos.
crazy.
It was
So-
like a blue FRS or something
yeah,
like that.
so that's when I worked at... I'll say it. Newark Toyota.
yeah,
Like, so when I worked at Newark Toyota, like, I never, like... If I saw him, I didn't really know him, but, like, that car would always be there.
yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck is this thing? Like, whose car is this? This is crazy. And I think he also had like a TRD Tundra and some other
TRD Quo with a Widow Wada?
Wada. No, not the pickup truck, not
Yeah.
the 4Runner with the
Well, I
Widow,
mean, if you
with
get a
the Wada.
A
Yeah,
snorkel and a Widow Wada
Widow
for
Wada.
your TRD Quo?
but he would that car was always there, and we were always like, they were like, yeah, that's the Price's son. And like I think he ended up like kind of taking over Newark Toyota.
Yeah.
But and then he Brandon Lecomte worked at New Car, and Toyota bought their old lot. They had an auto body shop. I think they got rid of. And then that lot was right next to his shop
Yeah.
where he was working at. And he said that he would just like, he had a video of him just like doing donuts in this like empty lot, dude. And it was like I'm like, this is a kid. Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy. He's taking over Toyota.
Yeah.
But me just more jealous. But
Yeah. Feels.
Yeah, that kid's living the life, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But dude, small world. That you were just like you did the exhaust on his car. That's crazy.
That was
you know, it's
so long
10 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. God.
And then
so small.
this Focus right here that I did the bag kit on, I actually sponsor one of the car clubs around our way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's car club?
Redline.
Redline.
Yeah, they're actually growing up pretty big.
That has nothing to do with with anything that you started, because I remember your dad had like
That was Flatline.
Flatline. That's
Yeah, that was way back in the day.
Yeah.
But no, Redline. I mean, I work on a lot of their cars. They're real cool people.
Nice.
They seem to know, like, got everything going on. Like, they're holding meets, like actual car shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually one of the judges for one of their car shows.
No shit.
That was kind of cool seeing, having that kind of experience, doing it, like being a judge, and then I got to.
I know this guy.
I did like low car limbo.
Fun.
So I got to like hold the pole and tell the people to come through and you're out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You remember Logan Stiles?
Yes.
He was there.
No
I ran
way.
into him.
Nice.
He was doing the low car limbo and stuff, and seeing him, that was pretty cool because I haven't seen him since like.
Yeah, he's still like driving
95
something
days.
cool.
What do you think he drives?
FRS.
No. Same thing he's always driven.
Ooh, damn, what's the last car that he had? I think. Damn, why am I blanking?
It's a little car. Convertible.
Del Sol?
Miata.
Oh, that's right. He had a Miata.
Yeah.
Fuck, I couldn't remember. He has had a lot of cars. I thought he had like a Volkswagen or something. But
Yeah, he has a NC, I think it's called.
NC Miata.
Yeah.
It's not the newest one. It's a buy style before
Yeah.
the new. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's NC.
yeah.
yeah.
because it's definitely not an.
Because the
N or
current
an
one's
NB.
ND.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
an NC. And it's Logan. It's slammed to the ground.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That's sick. Yeah. Yeah, that's sick, man. The old Delaware squad is all. It's just a small little community,
Car
man. It's like
scene.
it's a small world.
I'm gonna.
What is this?
Yeah, dude, give that one a try, man. That one's it's pretty good, but I would say that it wasn't like nearly as good as the other ones we've all tried. But
Is this one smoky?
it is not smoky. So if you want to, if you want to just take a little sip, let's divvy up a little sips, dude. I'm down for that. So shout out Resurgence in PA.
I think I poured more than I wanted, but I'll get through it.
Yeah, we'll get through it. Yeah, and we're usually just kind of sippers here,
Yeah.
if you're interested in sipping. But yeah, dude, sick. Yeah, that's just some cool ass shit, bro.
Yeah.
And being a judge is one of the hardest gigs.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars out there.
Like, there's a lot of cars, and even just knowing how do you be a judge, right? Like FD is the one that I'm closest to right now. Where
those judges are blind, so.
I'm
I'm just kidding. Sponsor us, please.
Yeah, please sponsor us. Yeah, right. But now the FD judges, this year alone, it's been a little dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I forget the names, but there was the guy who has the 1 Series BMW.
Okay.
So the rules is that you guys can bump and rub and kind of move through the corners, but if anything that is a hit that is considered that it knocked you off of your line, that would be the person's fault. And whoever gets knocked off their line, they now take the win. So this 1 Series, the entire damn, why am I forgetting the name of that?
Bumper, splitter.
No, the in between, where the underneath the door.
Rocker.
The
Rocker.
Yeah.
Dude, his entire rocker, like you said, looks like an A. And he's like, yeah, I guess the judges didn't think this hit was hard enough to really knock me off my line. Bro, his fucking shit's moved, his car's totaled.
Yeah.
And they're like, that wasn't that bad of a hit. You just lost your line. And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the same thing, like Adam LZ, which is another controversial one, but not honestly, that's the controversial one. The Adam LZ one, I think even immediately afterwards, I think it was Matt Hoffman or Kaufman. No, Matt Field. It was Matt Field who was chasing Adam LZ. And so when they were coming through the last corner at, I think it was Atlanta, as they were coming through, as they were kind of like transferring back, he just kind of bumped him, like just right at that point of where you kind of like switch back. He just like switching to this side to that side. He just kind of bumped him, and you can see it from his in-car footage where he just kind of
tapped.
Yeah, but it was enough to be like, it hit him. And
and right in a transitional period,
that's it. And you see the
rough.
steering wheel literally just get ripped out of his hands, and it just goes full lock, and then he spins out. And so that's enough to just kind of change that whole, like, the Ackerman, like, it just wants to fly.
The angle,
Yeah. But like they were like, hey, that wasn't that bad of a hit, and they were right. That's not that bad of a hit. But if you looked if you looked at the footage afterwards, which they can't. That's the problem. They can't. They
don't have a review.
They have to make. Well, they do, but they have to make decisions very quick, and they can't be like, hey, Adam, let me get your GoPro footage. You know what I mean? It's like judging's hard when you're doing racing, but like even for like cars, just a car show, it's tough, man. There's a lot of cars.
Did you like award all the wins to Hondas?
No. But the overall car was a Honda that won. It was an Accord, but
your bias is showing. Check
he had a lot of time into this Honda Accord, and it was probably the cleanest Honda Accord I've seen.
What year?
It was a newer one, so like the 2.0 turbo one. But I mean, there was nothing that wasn't done. Like engine bay,
interior, suspension,
everything.
Exhaust,
like you name it. It was a nice ass car. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm upset that Honda moved to like the integrated exhaust manifold thing. So now you can't get sick looking headers. You just have one big chrome tube coming out of the side of the engine.
Yeah, but
Which we talked about with Buckley actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot less you have to do to make a manifold. That's for sure. A lot less piping, a lot less routing.
In it, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But everything flows evenly, I guess, when it's just a single port.
Does it? Because like when you have that like integrated port, the two center center cylinders, they have a much shorter track. There's no room to equalize everything.
Yeah, but I guess it's more of like, well, they're even, and then the out two are even. It's kind of like how the Honda headers that you buy, the two go into the center, and then the other.
Well, they're all equal length.
It kind of creates like a volute.
Yeah,
right?
I guess like a vacuum.
Honestly, if I had to guess, it's for manufacturing.
Yeah.
I
mean, clearly, I think
it works well enough that it doesn't affect performance too much. But like, that's when you're working at factory power levels. There's a lot of margin there.
Yeah.
If you wanted to actually make power out of it, maybe it becomes an issue.
Well, I don't know, because like the Type R's and a lot of new cars.
The Type R is also that same integrated port.
Yep, a lot of new cars are. So it might be like the newer technology just trying to keep up with itself.
I'm going to be an old man yelling at clouds on this one.
Finally.
It's not you, Keith.
I know, man. I'm really getting beat up here. It's my bald head.
I know.
Bald.
Yeah, it ain't Baby Keith no more.
No, babies have bald heads. They come out.
Well, yeah, but he had the baby hair.
I got Benjamin Button.
Well, he took all of his hair and just put it right here.
Yeah.
Trying, anyways.
Yeah. Takes time.
Yeah. But like more to the shop. So just kind of pedaling back. So. Yeah, dude, if you have like suspension, air, or static, I mean, you're doing fabrication.
Yeah,
we're doing
a little bit of everything.
Dude. That's super sick.
Yeah, I didn't even notice in that picture. You can kind of see the race car.
Is that the Integra?
Yeah.
To the right hand side.
Yep. Right
dude,
underneath
that's
the
super
loft.
sick. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
man, that's sick, man. So like, you got some employees kind of doing your thing. You got some like regular cars coming in, kind of keeping the lights on.
Yeah, you've worked on my parents' cars.
Yeah. Take care of everybody.
You worked on my sister's car a lot.
Yeah,
thank you. Bless your soul.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
We got to keep oil in it.
Yeah. And if anyone's made it this far in the podcast, I just want to say, like, also like Fermin technically is family. So just
not even technically, he's just family.
Yeah. Well, but I just mean in the sense that like no one needs to know. Like, man, I don't want to like give we're not blood related, but like your family, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
been around for a very long time.
Yeah, my mom asks about you all the time.
Yeah.
She refers to you as her third son.
Yeah, she literally does. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's dude, so sick. You're like literally living the dream, like Adrian said. Like we talked about this all the time.
I know.
As kids,
we fought about the name as kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but you are actually like able to do it, man. And so it's just dude, it's just amazing, man.
And the name kind of just stuck.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. Yeah, Project 13.
Yeah,
like, it rolls off the tongue.
Like, meaning to you. It's kind of followed you around everywhere.
It has.
Yeah,
It
May
really
13th.
Yeah.
Were you born
know,
on Friday the 13th?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. That's why it's Friday the 13th font.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
So you kind of had that spooky font.
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, 13's always been like your lucky number for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
And this
it
might
just
be a
followed.
stretch, but you pointed out we're recording this on. This is
so
episode
this will
number
be-
31. 31
Yeah.
backwards and 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a reach,
hell
but
yeah.
it's there.
It's there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then my sister's got the tattoo shop, which is called B13 Tats.
Okay.
Because
Sick.
the 1-3 is kind of like a B if you put them together.
Oh shit.
So,
yeah.
and it's just-
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Yeah, super sick.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just tangent hard as fuck, but like we were getting into that R32.
Yeah.
So
We keep getting.
we're gonna not interrupt you, and I just want to know about the R32, and then we'll keep going.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, it's got a fully built RB20 in it. There ain't nothing that hasn't been done to that engine, from the cams, valves, everything. Everything's custom. Everything was shipped from Austria, I
Okay.
believe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real big RB guys over there.
Mm.
So almost got it started. I did. So funny thing about this car, before this car came to me, I was working on the car without actually seeing the car. So I was like welding seat brackets, intercooler pipe, exhaust pipes, just for him to put it on the car. But I've never actually seen the car. So now that I got the car and everything, it's all put together, and I'm like, okay, well, everything that I did off the car fits. So that's always a good thing.
I'm pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. So, like, I made seat brackets for it. He was just like, I need this welded here, 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 and
Well,
here.
just give you like some measurements.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, well, we'll see if it works. And those seats fit in there great.
Yeah.
I did a
Shit.
harness bar in it with the harnesses, like the nice harnesses for it.
Yeah.
Installed the ECU, had to wire all the like gauges and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
been doing a lot of electrical work lately. And
Yeah.
it's definitely a learning curve.
That's
But
a big part of cars nowadays.
yeah, and I've gotten pretty good with electrical work.
Yeah.
You know, thanks
Yeah.
out for Chrysler sending me to electrical school and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and just as being a performance shop, like you were saying, there's a lot of people who like throw engine swaps in and then go, okay, can you finish it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's the like unfortunate truth of like kind of like what a performance shop really looks like is that like,
Oh yeah.
you know, there's not many people that just come bring you a blank slate and they go like, hey, just build my car. You know, because like
They
that's
do the
a,
easy stuff first.
Yeah,
And then they leave you
yeah.
with the final 10%, and that 10% is actually like 80%.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's always small
exactly.
details that add up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like my Volvo Coupe that we got the engine and transmission
We had it
in
running.
on starter fluid.
We had it running.
and then I was like, I'm done. I don't have time. It's taking up too much space in your garage.
We did get it running, but remember the distributor wire got caught up in the belt and broke pulled distributor wires out of it.
No, that wasn't the Volvo.
That was the Volvo.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then you had to find another distributor, and then we just got rid of the car.
Yeah, and then I sold it, and then the guy sent me a video like 5 days later of it driving down the road.
Yeah. Probably had a distributor laying around.
And I'm like,
And the
good
fuel.
for you, bud.
Yeah. That was interesting. Volvos have definitely challenged me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the problem was a lot of things, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was one of those cars where they changed some things for some years, and then the engine, like we were at such a disadvantage. The car was an 84, the engine and the harness came out of my sedan that got T-boned, and that was an 88. 88 is a bastard year. If you look for parts for it, you'll find like 84 to 87, and then 89 to 94. 88's its own special little fucking snowflake thing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, that engine wasn't originally an 88. It came out of a 93.
Yeah, it just kept
So
getting
trying
better.
to
What
put
the
this shit all
fuck,
together was
man?
just like I don't have enough experience with Volvo to know the ins and
Yeah.
outs of this. And then you
Time.
needed the space in your garage, and I couldn't like be down there, often enough to actually like work on the thing. And then when
Yeah.
I was there, it was like my motivation was shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, that car sat in my garage for what, 2-3 years
Oh my God,
at
it
least.
was so long,
Yeah.
and I am so sorry.
There's no worries. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, there were some worries. You at the end, you were like, "Dude, you got to do something with this thing. I need the space."
I was getting yelled at, so I mean, I had to pass it along.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely built a lot of cars in that garage.
So I feel like you and I like haven't had this conversation before. So like I wanted to just like ask like where was that like weird period like where like you were working like a regular job and then you're like I'm gonna just start my own shop.
Was that still BCP?
You know?
No, it was so. Let me think. Newark.
Yeah.
It was definitely Newark because BCP I was just doing side work, and that's where me and Marcos, like started doing some kind of work together.
Right.
Because I do remember you had your garage, and it was only like a weekend or after hours thing because you were still working a regular day job.
Yeah, so I want to say that was at the beginning of Newark when I had my S2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was right around like 21 at that time when we started doing like some stuff in like the shop and coming after work and going to the shop working, and then it went to, God, how long ago has it been? It's got to be every bit of 4 or 5 years now since I've been full time.
It was longer than that, I thought.
No,
you were working like with Marcos in the first shop, and
you're
on your third shop since you've like done this full time now.
Well, you had Albee
Drive,
Elkton.
No, there and then
Northeast.
another Maryland shop. So
yeah, so that's 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and I've been here almost 2 years. So yeah 5 years,
6 years.
Yeah,
you've been doing this full time.
Yeah,
it's insane. But so I was working at Chrysler.
I'm bringing for a cheers. I just want to like.
Yeah, I'm almost out here.
Well, just bringing in for a cheers, brother. I mean, cheers to 5 years of Project 13, brother.
This stuff is like spicy.
Yeah, it's a little bit more spicy.
Bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit more spicy than.
It's the aftertaste is like.
Well, dude,
that's salty.
That's bourbon. Bourbon, I feel like always has like a harder, harsher.
Remember why I don't drink now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's a shame you missed out on like just monkey shoulder because I like that a lot.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like I probably should have kept that little bit of that on deck, but.
Next time.
Hey, man, I'll pay for the next bottle.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, monkey shoulder is very reasonably priced.
Yeah,
you know? But yeah, we interrupted you talking about, dude, 5 years. Yeah. 5 years of being in the business, man.
Yeah, and 2 different businesses within that year because it used to be MF Performance.
Yeah,
and then we just had our separate, went our separate ways. We're still cool and
different
everything.
Ideas.
Yeah, just had different ways of running businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's better to end a business than a friendship, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did he rename that shop?
Yeah, so it's Diaz Performance Shop now.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like he's doing good. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, because he was pretty good with welding and all that stuff too. Like
he's the one that got me into welding.
Yeah, I don't want to disparage like him at all. He does good work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah.
For sure.
Just, like you said, differences in how you wanted to run the business.
Yeah, and that's what came between us. It was just he wanted to work earlier, I wanted to work later, and just a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, as a fellow night owl, I get it. I'd rather start later and work later, but while we were all asleep, the morning people took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night owls just came in and swept in.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
And like, and at the same time too, I almost feel like that kind of almost could have worked to your advantage.
Oh, if you wanted to like have the shop open 15 hours a day.
And that's what I wanted to do. Like him coming earlier, I come in later, and then
he leaves early and you stay late.
Yeah, that almost works to your advantage. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I mean, if you have like those differences, then you just gotta work it out and just But that's great. Man.
Exactly like you said, better to end a business than to end a friendships.
For sure,
absolutely.
Yeah. So like, what was that like? Because like I was. You always hear about people making businesses and like creating a business going on. Like, like where's that point where you go like, yo, I'm gonna not have a paycheck.
So,
bro, I'm not gonna have health insurance.
It is 100% scary. Not gonna lie, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
So, I was working at Chrysler. I was having a bad week. It all started with
Chrysler.
Yeah, I know. So I had this Jeep come in, no brakes. I'm like, okay, I'll pull it in. coming in slow. Well, the floor mat, as I'm, pumping the brakes, the floor mat's just scooting up. Well, and I hit the brakes. Well, the floor mat hit the gas, and there's no brakes.
God.
So I ran into a table. So I'm like, oh man, here we go.
Here we
So
go.
that was the start of it, right? So I paid for that to get fixed. That was done. That same week, I had a comeback, but it wasn't really a comeback.
Yeah,
so,
I know though. We all know those.
We've been there.
So had a 2000 Dodge Caravan come in a year prior to this for an evap leak, right? And a fuel pump. I did a fuel pump in it, no start, and trying to take those plastic lines off, I broke one. Well, it was on a Friday or a Saturday. Junkyards weren't open, and Chrysler could not get a gas tank.
Yeah.
I told the shop, we need a gas tank for this. Can't do nothing.
Yeah.
He said, make it happen. Do what you got to do. So I put a little super glue on the little
I
plastic
remember
vent
this.
valve.
I remember you telling me about this.
Put a little super glue on the vent valve. Worked great for a year. Came back for, I think, a filler neck or something, and they found a tube of super glue on top of the gas tank. And when the customer or the other tech dropped the gas tank down, they broke the nipple off again and saw the super glue and was like, "Yo, somebody, already tried fixing this." And I was like, "Well, I told the service writer." Well, the service writer never wrote anything down. They just shipped it.
Yeah.
God.
I got my ass chewed for that, especially since beginning of the week I already had that one car that went into the table.
Yeah, but in reality, you saved the shop. The service writer told you to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You saved the shop that day to make that happen.
Yeah, and it lasted a year.
Saved the customer a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yeah, it would
lasted
have
a year.
lasted longer if it didn't need to be touched again.
Exactly. The filler neck broke it.
Yeah, it was rotted out or something
by
like
having
that.
to do the filler neck. So, but I just wanted full transparency. But yeah,
so and
for the
just
non-mechanics out there,
but fuck
this is
that.
the bullshit we have to deal with.
non-mechanics aren't listening to it. You keep going.
Well, yeah, and for the mechanics listening, you know.
Yeah, you know. But so they already knew I was doing my little side gig. Shop was getting slower at the time, and there was a lot of family working there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of fucking shit up too.
Yeah.
They just chose me as the weakest link. They were like, "Look, you already have something else you can do. You already have your business trying to get started. This is your push to try to, get your business off the ground." And at first I was kind of pissed off. You get fired from a job, you're like,
especially
F this
when it's
place.
bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after time goes by, you're like, wow, I'm glad they did this because I would have never had the courage to just quit my job and start something without, anything.
With no safety net.
Yeah, no safety net, no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was definitely an experience, and my buddies, they were working at Tread. He was working at Subaru, thinking about doing his own, business, and I'm like, do it. It's going to be the best thing you ever did.
That's pretty cool that you got to see these things blossom out of nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Him, Tom. Tom was working at a shop, and he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, don't think about it, do it.
Well, how long ago was that? Because the last time I saw him, which was not that long ago, I didn't know he was doing his own thing.
It has to be 3 years now.
Oh, so he's been doing that for a while.
2-3 years, yeah, because in October I would have had, because there was 7 months when I was still at Marcos's shop working under Project 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been at this shop for a year. It'll be 2 years in October.
Yeah.
So, that's already 2 years, if not more.
Yeah.
And that's when I told him, I was like, yo, you need to do, your thing.
Yeah.
You have the customers. You know what you're doing. You can do it.
Yeah.
And they're blossoming, and they're doing great. So it sometimes it just takes that little bit of
it's that leap of faith.
That leap of faith, yeah. Needless to say, somebody pushing you, being like, "Yo, you can do this." It's not as hard as you think.
Yeah.
And they jumped right out, and they're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's cool seeing friends succeeding and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
We all eat. We all.
Oh yeah.
Rise up together.
And that's why we all help each other.
The cream rises to the top, dude. For sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, Keith kind of yanked me out of automotive, and
that's
I feel
probably
like
the
that's
best
helped
thing
me.
Keith could have done. Because if I could have done computers or something else, I probably would
I
have.
had to
Yeah.
like promise my parents that like IT would be my fallback if
Yeah.
mechanicking didn't
My
work
mom
out.
wanted the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, you
Yeah.
should have done computers. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm doing something that I enjoy doing. So
Yeah.
And it's working for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah, man, and but exactly, this has always like been your dream, you know.
Yeah,
And, like that's like the
All of our
main
dream,
thing.
honestly.
I'm-
And you're living it. I'm living vicariously through you.
yeah,
You guys are
yeah,
always welcome.
but yeah, dude, and I think that like I don't know, like I don't know what happens next, like for me, but I know and Adrian, but I know that like we're like gonna be stuck in cars, and I don't know, like I'm back into cars now. Like I
know,
took
that's awesome.
took a gigantic break, worried about the career, bought the house, and like now I'm like
I'm feeling some type of way that like
I'm
all
back
the weird
in.
shit that I've had didn't inspire you, but then we get Buckley on here and you're like, oh, I need to get back in cars. I'm like, bro.
well to be fair, you were trying to get me to buy like a 70s
Yeah.
Cadillac. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Can't
bro,
slide that thing around.
bro, that's not
You
my
can't
jam.
slide it, but
it's not my
everyone
jam.
needs
It's
to have
cool.
a road boat at some point.
Listen, Adrian, I get
Adrian's
it. I
tried
get
me
it.
too.
But
Every
it's
time
not my
every
jam.
time
It's
you
not
drive
my
my
jam.
car, though, you're like, fuck, maybe I do need a road
I know,
boat.
but it's not my jam. It's not my jam. It's not my
No.
jam. It is sick, but like if I get to have one thing, like what if you get to have one thing? Like what do you buy?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, that's a loser's perspective.
So
Oh,
come
man.
join me in the loser circle. Yeah, no, but you're right. But you're completely right. But my point is that like
No,
like
if you want to
it did-
prioritize, you want to
yeah,
drift car.
yeah. Adrian has never like ever given up on me and was always like, yo, go buy this piece of shit. It's like $2,000. So you should go buy that.
Go buy a
Oh.
shit box.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
so-
Adrian told me when we went to look at the Buick?
Yeah.
If it's a piece of shit, don't let me buy it.
Oh my
Because
god.
I won't be able to walk away.
I know. And I looked at it. I was like, Adrian,
It's a piece
this
of
thing
shit.
ain't a piece of shit. It just needed
Oh,
paint.
okay.
Well,
And I was like, I can't
Turns
stop
out it
you.
needed heads, but
Well, we didn't know that at the
nothing.
time.
That's nothing for old shit though.
We just thought it
I'm
ran
selling
like
it
shit
back
for
to
how old
you.
it was.
I'm selling it back. I'm like, dude, it's nothing.
yeah, but no, Fermin was like, dude, I don't like, because I literally like when the guy walked away, I was like, Fermin, like,
What do you
am
think?
I tripping or is like this thing actually good?
I'm like, there ain't no rust. This thing starts right up. You know?
So yeah, then we drove back while
Yeah.
pissing coolant and having almost no brakes.
It's all right. I broke a ring landing that day. Remember, I was smoking real bad in the Civic.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
broke
mean,
a ring
you
landing.
were good. Up, like I know we made it to a rest stop, and I pulled over just to like make sure like all the fluids were still like full, and it was pissing coolant. Like every time we came to like, every time
Yeah,
we
the
like,
overflow.
went
Look,
over,
you
like, 30
guys
miles
took
an hour.
this car to go find a new car?
No. Fermin drove me out there. I
Uh-huh.
hit him up. I'm like, yo, like I want to buy this car. I got no one else who can drive me out there, and if
Yeah.
I buy it, obviously, like I need someone to drive me out there. She was
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, I got you.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, also, by the way, if there's any reason I shouldn't buy this car, I need you to be the voice of reason because I will be like blinded by this.
Yeah.
thing.
I'm like that too.
So
Yeah, I'm like
we
that too.
buy the car and it's all the way in Bethlehem. It was like an hour and a half away, and we had to go down the turnpike.
Oh yeah, I got
So-
pictures of that.
Yeah, you do. And yeah, we look at it and like it's straight, it's rust free, it runs like shit, and it's leaking coolant.
Yeah.
But and the guy's like, "Yo, be careful with the brakes. They're kind of iffy." And I'm like, "I can deal with that."
It's perfect.
Are they better now?
Yeah,
No.
I fixed
Oh,
it.
okay.
No.
they're
No, I'm
fine.
kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
You
I'm
know
kidding.
what
It'd be
car
funnier
scared
if it
me?
was.
The Beatles brakes.
Yeah.
Those
Do you
were-
remember that car?
Yeah.
Those were fucked.
You're like, is it stopping? You're like pushing down with your.
Fermin.
For the audience out there, my Buick with 4-wheel drum brakes, manual, no power, stops 10 times better than that Beetle could even hope to stop.
Yeah, and that was 2 feet on that brake pedal.
All right. So two things. Number one, Fermin, I actually couldn't reach the pedals on that car, which is fucked up. So of all cars that I can't reach the pedals on
A fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
I couldn't reach the pedals. So I didn't really get much experience with driving it.
You drove it one time, and we had to shove a backpack behind you.
Yeah, so I wasn't driving. Like it was as if I wasn't supposed to be driving it.
Yeah,
like I felt like I was
probably.
I was
a good
like
reason.
10, and they were like, "Come on, kid."
I remember. Like I had you drive. That's right. We were doing something. We were down in Delaware. We were driving
Yes,
back.
it was me, you, and Fluff.
And I was like, let's.
We all switched cars.
I suggested it because I did not want to drive the Beetle. No, I love that car, but it was exhausting.
Guess who
to
got
drive.
stuck with the Beetle?
And like by that point, I'm used to it. I understand what this thing's limitations are, so I can drive it. And I like would tailgate people. I'm like, if I'm tailgating you in a Beetle, you're the problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it
No
was a
power.
handful. It was a
I
handful to
shouldn't have
drive.
let him buy that one.
yeah.
I went with you to buy that one too.
You did, but no, it was a handful to drive, and
needed
it
you
was
to
late.
stop this.
It was late. We had a long drive, and I was tired.
He had
So
a
I was like-
VW bus in the driveway, so we thought it was good.
So I was
You
just
seem
like,
like a real straight shooter.
I was just like, bro, let's switch cars. It'll be fun. And I ended up in Fluff's car. Fluff ended up in Fermin's car. Fermin ended up in the Beetle.
I don't remember what car I had at the time.
It was a Civic.
Yeah, it had to have been. That's all I've ever owned
Yeah,
besides
probably-
my BMW.
Probably a
But-
big turbo Civic.
But like we get back to
Fucking
PA
dumb.
and we get out and Fermin's just like, I don't know how you drive this thing.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm driving like
He's
10
seen me
cars
drive
behind
it.
people.
He has seen me drive it, and he's like, I don't know how you do what you do in that car.
'Cause that was what, 4-speed?
Yeah, it was a 4-speed.
Yeah.
And like
man.
we didn't go that fast, but like the brakes were fucking sketchy. And like if it was a Tuesday, it would pull to the left. It was a Wednesday, it would pull to the right. Like it was just all over the
No,
place.
you know what car also scared me?
Fuck?
The blue Volvo 240. Taking that thing around the corner, you're turning and it's still going straight.
That was not that bad.
It was.
It was
And
not.
going across that
it-
exit in PA.
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly,
like-
I don't know if it was the white one. Which one had the wood steering wheel?
The blue one.
Yep.
Yep, that's the one with the heat cut springs that we cut on the car.
Well, the white
Yeah.
one had cut springs too.
but I think that one
Well,
handled
either,
better.
No, either way, I was gonna say the one when I drove. I remember there's
Was it the
there's-
brakes?
No, it's foggy. So there's two memories I'm gonna smash together. So I remember driving it and like the steering. I would just think that the steering felt dead.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it was
There's just
as
so
bad
much
as
body
what
I
you
roll.
were
am
saying.
so used to
But I
shit
thought
cars
that it
and
felt.
I didn't notice.
I thought that it felt dead, and like,
Yeah.
I drove a fucking S13,
Yeah, don't take a
and
corner
like,
fast enough.
with 3 lug nuts. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Adrian,
yeah, I
for
cut
airing
the-
my dirty laundry out on the podcast. But yeah, with 3 lug nuts, and it felt better than your car.
Okay, so
But-
look.
but-
I cut
but-
the springs.
but
It was
hang on.
riding on bump stops, and yet somehow it still managed to roll over like a yacht in the storm when
Yes.
you're going through turns.
But
Yeah,
so
that was scary.
Love that
So,
car.
but it did. It had that thing where you turned, and then it was like, and then we turned. Like,
it was the body roll.
Yeah,
And then,
I think it was. There's a lot of things working against it. Like I think the steering, the bushings are a little bit loose, and then I think like the body roll just added. It's just accentuated.
Look,
the
I bought
process.
it. I
But
bought
hang
it.
on, hang on.
I bought
hang
an
on.
anti-roll
So-
bar for it, but
so-
then I got T-boned by some bitch in a Civic.
So my point was is that like I thought I noticed that, and like I just like was kind of processing it, and then Dave was driving it one night, and I was in the passenger seat. Who knows what you were driving? You were like behind us or something. We always play musical cars,
Oh, yeah.
obviously, as we're talking
Which
about
I
now.
played today. I'm in a '69 Chevy C10 instead of my Buick.
Yeah, shout out to whoever that is. We're gonna post
Xavier,
it.
aka
Xavier.
Hot Dog Water 420. I think
Yeah.
is his Instagram handle.
I love it. Love you already. So we're gonna
Dog
shout you out on the
420.
pod. Fuck
Hot
yeah.
Dog Water.
But
dog
so
water.
I remember I'm in the passenger seat, and then Dave was just like you know how Dave is. He's like over the top, but he was like dude, and like just like did that, and then we did the turn, and I was like. I thought I noticed that, and so it was so funny that you brought that up
Yup.
because like bro,
Yup.
I
that
thought it
car
was fine.
I was
crazy.
driving it
I
one
thought
time.
it was fine.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I was taking that exit, and I'm like,
No, that
It's
was
not
the
turning.
Beetle.
no, that was the
Yeah.
Volvo. I will never forget the car. I almost died in.
Bro, the way that Dave was driving his 240 at the time, I thought I was gonna die.
No. I thought I
Dave
was going to die when
whipping that
Dave was
jaw.
driving his Beetle when we merged on 95 with a semi behind us.
Yeah, that was early Dave. That was like early Dave. Just
Did
got
he
his
get any
license,
better?
Dave.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
now
He's
he
driving
is.
bourbon now.
Yeah, now he's a big suburban
Yeah,
guy.
he's,
Shout out
big.
David.
He's big dad. He's big bourbon.
Uh-huh.
Big
Yeah.
dad
I still
energy,
talk
big
to him all the
Yeah,
time.
big dad
Yeah,
energy.
I message him on Snap every now and again.
Yeah, He's got a big day. I got to reach out to him more.
Hey,
I
should
feel like
we take
I
a pee
don't.
break? Because I have to piss.
Yeah, let's take a pee break. We're gonna go right back. We have a lot more to talk about, guys. What the fuck?
So we're back from the pee break, and now
Back
we're
from
done
the pee break.
shitting on my Volvo, which was my beloved car that got taken from me. You know, now that you've shit upon it. No,
yeah. I mean, we respectfully we respectfully shit on it. You know, it was,
we enjoyed it.
We all had shit boxes. You know, we've all been there. You talk shit on my 240, it's fine. I mean, look, 3 lug nuts.
Fair.
Three out of 4 lug nuts is pretty.
You
good.
had 3 out of 4 lug nuts, and I had air in my brake system that I could never bleed all of it out of. But that's fine.
Yeah. So those are the same.
Yeah, I mean, like,
no.
No, my brakes were consistent, just low.
Hey, 3 out of 5. That's what?
No, 3 out of 4.
Oh, 3 out of 4. That's 75%. That's passing.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but he didn't disclose it to me. I found that when I drove it to work.
Yeah.
Hey, that's okay. At least it's not 3 out of 5. That's 60%. That's a little scary.
That's worse.
75 is at least passing. You know?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so we didn't have too much more to cover. So, but obviously, you're working on everything. Yeah. So anything, all cars, shapes and sizes, whatever.
From basic
service.
maintenance
to fabrication. It's got 4 wheels and a
fabrication.
motor. I'm working on it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, 2 wheels. I'll tamper with it. But.
Yeah. But I mean, even in still that, like, if you have like a car that like needs suspension work, you can go have it.
Fermin's got
alignment done.
Yeah, you just have to
bring
get
it to me
somewhere else to get alignment, but I'll replace whatever it is.
Yeah. Do you have any recommendations for like people who do alignments like for you if you do work?
So like on the lowered cars, we send them a lot to J-Tune.
Okay.
Just because they're right across the street from us and their prices are pretty good.
And
great.
They're okay with working on lowered cars.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what they do. Yeah,
because you take it to like a deal. Like if I brought a lowered car to a deal, like if I had a Subaru or something that I slammed on its nuts and I brought it to a super dealership, I'd probably be like, no, I'm not touching that.
Yeah. The only dealership that I know that works on lowered cars is Smith Volkswagen.
Yeah.
They'll do alignments because they have a drive-on rack.
A flat rack.
Flat rack where it drives on and
it's
then
in a
lifts
pit.
up. Yeah.
You familiar with L's tires?
Yeah. I send customers there as well.
Yeah, like for us on 40, all the boys that I hung out with and like had like stancy cars, we all went to L's.
Yeah.
Like that was like the spot where they were like, yeah, we'll stretch tires and we'll, you know what I mean? Because like a lot of people were like, no way, like I'm not gonna deal with that liability. But L's was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they would do alignments on lower cars and shit. Like,
you want
L's
5 degrees
cool.
of camber? We'll do 7.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Yeah. It's just J-Tune's literally
J-Tune's
half
that
a mile
spot.
away
for sure.
from me. L's is probably a good 10-15 minutes.
Right.
It just
different
depends on
spot.
what it is. Yeah.
Where they are. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
and
good
then I
shit,
got a
dude.
guy for tires right on Kirkwood
So
Highway.
fabrication, exhaust, engine swaps, basic maintenance, all of it. You got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You hit the head on that one.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you want it lowered, sounding good? I got you.
Yeah.
Oil change spark plugs?
Yeah.
I got you.
Fuck yeah. Sound system?
Got you.
Got you.
Body work? I'll send you somewhere, but I got you. For sure.
You know where to send them.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
But, you take care of like
Yeah.
my parents' cars when there's like big shit. I'll send them your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always gotta
You do
take care.
great work. You always have. And you
I
take care of
appreciate
us.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely
Actually, you did the
care
exhaust on
about
my
my
BMW
customers.
too.
Yeah.
That was my birthday gift to me.
Yeah. I remember that. You wanted the exhaust right
Keith
out the
hates
center.
it. Keith hated it.
Which one?
The
The
BMW.
630?
Oh, absolutely hated it.
Is it loud? Is that why?
Yes.
It's like
I'm an old
pissed off bumblebee.
I'm an old man screaming in clouds. Adrian would come into that fucking neighborhood and just be coming in second gear, just like full, just
The cracks and burbles.
and then just like as he like, just like quick, and then just ba 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 ba, and like like if you're at my old house, like you can kind of like see like that road that comes down, and like you can see the whole curve, and just ba 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 ba, and like you know what? I'm not an old man screaming in clouds because I hated it back then. Boom! I'm just
born old man. Yup. Oh man.
Yeah, no, I'm just an old man forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that,
I was
you know?
just grew into my baldness.
Yeah, you know, as you lost your hair, you became less fun.
Oh, fuck you, man! Come on, man. I'm fun. No. But I just can't get on board with
You've
those
always
loud
been big
exhausts.
on exhaust and like having a good exhaust,
dude. Refined, dude. And we talked about that with like OBX, the Yokana or
Yonaka.
Yonaka.
Yeah,
They sound really
No,
good.
you
That
would be
was-
the one. No, they were Apex World Sport 2.
But that was
knockoffs.
on
Yes,
your
100%.
mom's Civic, right?
Yeah, I put that on
Yeah.
when I had the car.
Yes.
Well,
when you had the car.
originally, even the no, you had a Farcan originally.
You
but,
had a
like
Farcan
whatever
in it.
header was on there did like magic. That Civic
OEM.
never
Yeah.
sounded bad. No, you had a header.
Oh no, it had an Edelbrock on it.
Yeah.
Edelbrock header?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember it had
I
a
still
hole
have
in
one
it.
of them.
It had a hole in it, so we would every like month because it would burn through. We'd put a soda can on it with hose clamps.
Yeah, that's before I learned how to weld.
yeah. So you've come a long way, man.
come a long
it's
way,
so,
from
it's so
soda cans to
beautiful.
dimes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So to dimes.
Stacking
Fuck
dimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
But yeah,
it's just,
I need you to like work on my Buick because
I'm
it's
100%.
not going to be until September until I get the interior done. So I've got time and I've got a little
that's
bit
time
of money.
for me to get my pipe bender. I've been looking at pipe benders this whole
Oh,
weekend.
well, let me know.
yeah.
So, because I buy a lot of mandrel
Pre-bent.
bent. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I mean, if I get 3-inch stainless and
It's cheaper to get just like straight lengths and bend it yourself.
because
Yeah.
you'll spend like $110 on 10 feet, right?
Yeah, what was it you called it? A J bend?
Or yeah, you can get a J bend. So it comes with a U, and then what is that? 110 degrees or something.
Well, yeah,
like that?
I thought
So
it was
it's
like a
little
decreasing
track.
radius, so you've
with
got
a
like
radius.
different angles you can pick
Mhm.
depending on where you cut it.
Yeah, and you can make like teardrops and stuff out of there.
Yeah.
But you're spending $80 for a teardrop, and that's just two bends or a 180 and a 110.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, if I got 10 foot of that, I can make 3 J pipes for the price of one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but to get you got to spend money to get a nice pipe bender.
Well, you gotta spend
because-
money to make money.
Yeah, and you're supposed to like cap them with sand and stuff like that. Heat
Oh,
'em
to
up,
keep it the
so you don't get the
Oh,
bends.
yeah, a
in 'em.
constant diameter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a lot I've been looking into because I always like to expand and
Well, I can
Make
be a
life
little
easier for
impatient
me.
when I get a
Yeah.
bug up my ass to do something. I'm kind of when I found out it'd be like September when I get the interior done. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing the exhaust now. So hey, if you want to
Yeah.
buy some J bends, I'll pay you.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been looking, and I've been trying to get like all types of stuff. Like I got R134 AC machine. I got 2 lifts at the shop. I got the scan tool. I got everything that I'm gonna need. I got a sandblaster. I
Ooh,
got
nice.
I got a
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff, and just as the years continue, I'm just gonna keep collecting
You
more.
know, build up
more.
your business.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
As
Yeah.
the projects roll on, you need new
Yeah.
tools. You
Yeah.
invest. Yeah.
Yeah, because
keep-
you're always
keep
gonna
growing.
need something new.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
got
yeah.
this really dope inspection camera, and
The little bore scope thing.
yeah, yep, and the clarity is just insane.
Bro, in the last like 5 years,
That's
or so,
crazy.
They've gone
Mhm.
like I remember, when I first started, and the first time I like needed
Yeah,
one,
they
it's
were
like
like
a
280p.
potato camera.
Yeah,
It's like what you found on like a 2009 Motorola.
Yeah. Nokia footage,
Yeah,
yeah. This one I think is like 720p.
yeah. Because I
which is great for that.
I kind of
Yeah.
I squished Wes's bore cam. Like I was supposed to we were inspecting a bore and he was turning the engine over by hand. And I was supposed to pull it out. I didn't pull it out fast enough. I came up and just smashed the lens. Like it just went blank. And I'm like,
no.
and I pulled it out. And it's pancaked. And he bought a new one, and it's like HD. It's like
yeah.
beautiful.
Is
Yeah,
it a think
so-
car?
I don't even know what it was.
Does
They
it have
got-
a little knob on it where the little
Yeah, and it turns.
yeah there
Yeah, yeah.
Mine, you
Oh,
turn the knob
shit.
it like bend
Yeah, yeah.
each way.
Damn.
I'm
He got
like,
it. He got it
damn.
on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
yep.
shit.
And it's like the cheapest like Chinesium low bore scope thing, and it's great.
It's got a big screen
did
on it.
Wes
Yeah.
did Wes thank you for breaking his thing?
Well, he didn't charge me for it.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, and I mean to be fair, I was helping him. I was doing him a favor.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
But no.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I was
Wes.
like,
That's why Wes is the best, man. Like people need to start like going to work for Wes. They have no idea like
Yeah,
how
'cause
great
he's
it would
looking.
be.
He's
yeah,
looking for
I know,
help.
like and like that kid that's
I
working
worked
for
with
him.
him.
I hope that and I hope that like
He was great.
I hope that kid knows like how great of an opportunity that he has to work there, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. He's such a great guy. But and you too, man. You got like some guys working for you,
Yeah,
man.
and
Like
they love it.
You're
Absolutely
building,
love it.
you're going, you're
Mhm.
growing, you're busy, dude. It's the
Yeah.
best, man. So I mean, any like little shout out, throw your business up.
Yeah, I mean,
Project 13.
Project 13.
Find us on Instagram. I'm gonna send some more content on there.
Yeah.
If you're around the way, stop in. Come check us out. We're friendly over there.
Yeah.
Everything
And
from
then,
basic maintenance to full fabrication.
Yeah.
And then best way to reach you is email, maybe?
The phone number, which is on
your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can
Okay.
message
dude,
us on there.
I know that number.
Yeah. That's been the
weirdly
number since.
enough.
Yeah. I was 16.
Yeah, a lot of people might know that number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throwback Myron.
It's a shame. It's a shame
Thanks
you
to
don't
Myron.
have your old number still.
Yeah.
I still remember that.
544.
18th.
Oh my god.
Or wait, no. What was it?
I'm not gonna finish it.
Yeah.
Because someone out there has
544,
that
I need
number
some
now.
more.
Yeah, dude.
Wasn't that your mom that said that? No, your mom said something like that.
I don't think so, dude.
No?
397, take it to heaven.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so small backstory to that we would just shout each other's phone
We were
numbers out
degenerates.
throughout
Young
the city
boy
of Wilmington at random people.
Oh, yeah.
What was David's?
Yeah.
562, I need you.
And then mine was 220, I need a hoe.
Oh, man. Good times.
Dude, such good times.
Yeah, because we did the repoing and everything when we were younger.
Yeah. Fun times.
It was always like, it was the 3 or 4 of us all the time.
Yeah.
We had Call of Duty nights at my mom's house on the
Gears
big
of War.
TV.
No. Projection screen.
Projection, yes.
Fuck.
Me and
again,
Adrian.
all
used to-
three of us had projection screens.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
anyone who's
no,
too
it
young,
was
that was
sick.
the new hotness before LCDs and the LED TVs
Yeah.
Oh,
were
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big deal, dude.
It was
No, man, it was fun, man. Look at this longtime friends forever, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Forever going to be
absolutely.
friends.
Longest friends
Yo,
I've had.
bad boys for life.
Bad
Damn
boys.
right.
Let's
for
go.
life.
You're looking at the bad boys for life
Uh-huh.
right here. Fuck yeah. Well, man, it's crazy to like see all three of us like together right now.
Yeah,
You
and
know
we're
what I
all
mean?
doing good.
Like, yeah, we're all doing good. We're all separate. You know, we see each other more or less, like these days. But like, I feel like I've said this so many times, but I'll just say it briefly, just like this podcast, I don't know what it's doing, but it's at least bringing people
Oh, yeah.
to us. And it's just been fun. It's just been like
catching up with stuff.
yeah, dude, and
everyone.
it's just been like so interesting, just like getting perspectives from people, and also just like people inspiring me. Like if I could be so vicarious or above myself, I think that we're kind of inspiring some other people as well.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even for the moment, I just like there's been a lot. That's been going on. So it's just been super fun. I'm super grateful to even just be able to do this. So,
I know.
and I'm even
I
more
appreciate you
grateful,
guys
bro,
having
to
me.
have you here. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
one
mean,
last.
like, as soon as we got this off the ground, we're like, when are we getting Fermin on?
Yeah,
'cause
dude,
I know
you
you
were
guys-
the first one. We tried so many times, bro.
I know.
Bro,
It's so hard.
Scheduling's the worst thing.
Yeah.
So we'll get you back on again.
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure, dude.
100%.
I
We
mean,
gotta go see
obviously,
Bad Boys.
I know.
obviously,
I'm
yeah,
ready.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
you're-
weekend.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, dude.
I'm
Saturday. We got this.
Yeah,
Saturday,
yeah.
I'm down.
You're a paid regular, as they say.
Yeah, and it's not like you're
A
far.
paid, the paid actor.
Paid actor.
You're a paid actor in this.
Yeah, because I think it took me like 45 minutes to get here.
Yeah, it's not
which
bad.
isn't that bad.
Yeah, and it's a cool cruise, man.
Oh, yeah. Back
dude,
roads
it's
the
fun.
whole way.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
so-
I was looking up fishing spots on the way here. You know,
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Fuck
trying
yeah.
to see some new
Fuck
spots.
Yeah. Well, dude, one last shout out. Project 13.
Yeah, like
Newcastle, Delaware.
Yeah. Get on their Instagram page, reach out, phone numbers there.
Yep.
Just reach out to them for all the booking. Anything you need, car, automotive in the Newark, Maryland, Delaware,
Yeah, the whole
Pennsylvania
tri-state
area, the whole
area.
tri-state area.
yeah, I've had people travel
Yeah.
from all over. I had a customer from Florida come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virginia, like way out west in Maryland.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
definitely known a little
Yeah,
bit.
and nothing wrong with reaching out. If you think that Fermin can help in any way, Project 13 can help you in any way, reach out.
Yeah,
the
don't
least
hesitate.
the least you can do is recommend where they can go
Yep.
else if your
If you can't,
if your
figure out
services
what
don't
they
fit.
need.
Yeah, you know where
Yeah.
to send them. So
Absolutely.
reach out, dude. And obviously, if you've made it this far in this podcast, please, here it is. Like, subscribe, please. It helps so much. So
Yes, it
please
does.
like, subscribe,
and follow.
follow,
Comment, all that.
get us on Instagram, comment, say hi to us, talk shit.
Tell us
tell
where
us
we're wrong.
tell us where we're wrong. Do whatever, but please like, subscribe. Appreciate
But
it.
yeah, Fermin, it's been great having you. It's been a long
I
time. brother.
appreciate it.
It's been great,
And
brother.
we got to hang out more.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. We're gonna more, dude.
We're
gonna more.
This podcast.
This is
we're gonna.
the start.
That's a real sentence. That's a real sentence. We're gonna more because like
We're
now
gonna
we're this because like I feel like this podcast has just made me so much more like social. And like it's been great. So like,
Yeah.
it's
You got a house and became an
it's
old man.
forcing me. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's forcing me to be more social. So
Oh yeah, especially since you're about to get back in the car scene again.
I know,
That's
dude.
It's gonna be awesome.
I know it's
The
gonna be
world
great.
We've been
ain't
telling
ready.
you for a while.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a big pop. I'm coming back, dude.
I
It's
know.
gonna be sick.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Bigger, better, broker than ever.
Fuck
Yep.
yes, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.